Like, would she hurt Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Physically?
Physically, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody said that they believe he's been poisoned.
Steve's in a coma. He got airlifted. He was poisoned.
He was poisoned. And he was poisoned.
So were you hoping that he'd at least give you some money for a vehicle?
No. He knows I can survive without him. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I wish I was there. I wish I was with him every second of the day that day.
On Monday, September 4th, 2023, at around 12:10 p.m., Minot Central Dispatch received a 911 call from 47-year-old Ina. She tells dispatch a man inside the apartment is unconscious. According to her, he had been drinking the previous day, had bumped his head, and was suffering from heat stroke. The man on the floor was her boyfriend of more than 20 years, 51-year-old Stephen. When officers respond, they find Stephen exactly where Ina said he'd be, lying on the bedroom floor, breathing, but completely unresponsive. Ina told the responding officers that Stephen had a heat stroke and she had tried to fix it with some cold water and salted chips. The responding officers noted that Ina didn't appear concerned and walked toward the bedroom where Stephen was lying on the floor.
My husband's really sick. He got heat stroke yesterday and now he's not waking up. And come on, wake up!
What's the phone number you're calling from?
I don't have a phone number. It's a phone that never got finished getting set up. I've been trying everything. Ice, water.
Okay, but he is breathing?
Yes. He's snoring.
Okay,
I put him on the floor because he keeps trying to get up to go to the bathroom and
is his
he
breathing
can't.
normal?
He doesn't have enough strength. He won't talk to me anymore. He won't look at me. He won't open his eyes.
Okay, just give me 1 second, okay?
And one of his eyes is really glossy. Oh, it went back to normal. Okay. God damn it. Hit when you overdo it outside. Come on. You're scared the shit out of me. You went too far this time. No
and
goddamn
you said
more.
he is flat on his back?
Huh?
You said he is flat on his back?
He has blood on his forehead.
Did he?
Him and the neighbor accidentally bumped heads. He was really drunk and trying to break into the apartment, and Steve pushed him back to his apartment, and his knee gave out, and they knocked heads, and Steve cut his head open.
Headquarters 463, 1023. Yeah, I'm looking for apartment A. No, I think somebody is sick in there. Is it on the front? Okay. Thank you. Hello? Yeah. It's Officer Sullivan, Minot PD.
Yeah, hang on. Trying to make a pass. Go. By the way.
He's in the back room.
Is he conscious or is he at least breathing okay?
He's snoring. But unresponsive.
His breathing is gonna hold. Not responding. He's on the crack of the bed right there. Tried to sit him up, fell off the bed.
Get this stuff off this one. Oh, you want some pets too?
Just got got to work. The cooler came on. I'm throwing my clothes on and throwing my stuff in the truck. How you doing, man?
Stephen was taken by ambulance to the hospital since his condition was so bad, he needed extensive care. Sadly, Stephen never woke up. At 8:32 that morning, Stephen was pronounced dead. Whatever happened to Stephen wasn't normal. You had to be severely ill to pass away the way he did. However, events of the day before told a completely different story. Minot police had actually been to this same apartment less than 36 hours earlier. In the early hours of Sunday, September 3rd, officers were called to the same home for a completely different reason. And from what the people on scene told them that night, Stephen seemed fine enough to beat up his annoying neighbor.
We're one of our Okay, we'll talk to him.
I have a 3-year-old kid. He's scary as shit.
Is he still inside or where'd he go?
He's in my house.
Is he actually stabbed?
I don't know if he's stabbed. He's bleeding from his face. I think they did it.
Broken glass right there.
I'm gonna try to get some more information from the RV. Apparently
Yeah.
he lives here.
Yeah, yeah. There's blood kind of all. There's a little bit of blood over there. A little bit. There's a broken bottle over there.
Okay. It looks like he got punched in the face with something. He has a good hit on his head.
Yeah. He's definitely not stabbed.
No, I don't think he's stabbed.
I know. That's what I.
The neighbor did say she heard a fight around here about an hour ago.
Okay. Well, appreciate it. It's police department. I'll go to bed, Chad.
You heard her say go to bed, Chad.
It's the police department. It's not Chad. Hey, how you doing?
Hey. Sorry.
You thought it was Chad?
Yeah.
Who was Chad out
trying
here?
to kick in everybody's door.
Who was he out here fighting?
Busted in my light. Look at the garbage cans.
Who was here? Who was he fighting with out here?
My fiance. We went for a walk, cool down.
Okay. Who's
we
that?
punched him a couple times.
Who's that? Who's your fiance?
Steve.
Steve.
Riley.
Steve Riley?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name?
I'm Ina.
Ina.
Lawyer.
Okay. You got just an idea on your real quick?
Do we have Steve and Riley in our system that also
Your
lives around
fiance
this
hurt at all?
area? Possibly in apartment
He
8.
got gas on his forehead.
Okay. You know where he
his knees are scraped up, but...
Okay. We just want to talk with him too, just to make sure he's all right.
Been the other half in this. We're not out with him. Apparently he took off walking. Right here.
There's blood all the way over there. That's Chad's place. Hey, I appreciate it.
Uh-oh. Of course, our first week here, that he tried to kick in my door.
You guys just moved in?
Yeah, like a week ago. This was like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. I got you. So what happened?
Same way we came in is the same way we're going out, I guess. We're leaving today.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, as soon as we get everything situated with this.
Okay.
Our doctor bills and stuff.
So what actually happened tonight? What were they fighting over?
Chad was trying to kick in the door.
Just for no reason, or
just drunk. He does that. I mean, he hasn't done that in quite a long while. Since before he went to jail for a little while. I mean, gosh, I want to say 6 months.
Okay.
But yeah, I believe an officer was even standing right next to him when he was trying to kick in my door.
Tonight?
Almost every night. drunk out of his butt.
So then your fiance confronted him?
He opened the door and said, "What do you want?" You know?
So then what happened after that?
And Steve pushed him out of the doorway and then pushed him back towards his apartment.
Okay.
And I don't know if Steve lost his footing or what, but they ended up headbutting.
They headbutted each other? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that looked like, actually it did look like more of Steve's knees coming out.
What was the deal with this pickle jar here?
Chad.
What do you do with that?
That's what he was out here doing.
Just going through the trash?
Just smashing stuff up. And my light, my motion light, that I just put in.
See that? Okay.
But it don't matter. Like I said, we're moving out of my after today. So. I mean, this is a recurrent. Him getting drunk. But like I said, he's been good.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pounding on Grandma's door for a good hour.
Where do you think your fiance would have went so we could just get his side of the story real quick?
Oh, I don't know.
Has he got a phone on him?
No, we don't have a phone until this afternoon, later this afternoon. He gets his inheritance this afternoon. That's why we're moving.
Gotcha.
We're going to pay all our bills off that we need to pay off. Do you guys want to press any charges against Chad?
I'll ask him when he gets here.
When you ask your fiance?
Yeah.
Okay.
He went to cool down because Chad really.
Who started the fight? Chad who started the fight? Chad or your fiance?
Chad.
Chad did.
His lawyer gets here today at 2 to sign the paperwork for his money.
Okay.
And then he's gonna go pay that, and his lawyer gonna pay the rest of his child support.
Can you tell me what happened?
Chad was belligerent, drunk, pounding on doors. Woke my fiance up. My fiance opened the door and asked him what he wanted, and then pushed him out of the doorway. And that.
Is there? Did you see anything physical happen?
No, just a lot of pushing.
Just a lot of pushing.
From the both of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and Steve's knee gave out, and they kissed head, bumped heads. Oh.
They bumped heads.
Yeah. He has weak, really bad knees. So.
Okay. This is
This is Officer Reese here. So you said Chad. What's Chad's last name?
Dill, I want to say.
Okay.
Something like that.
And then you said he was kind of belligerently banging on the doors and everything?
Yep, for like 4 hours.
For 4 hours? Okay.
Yeah. Going back and forth.
And
to this door to the back door. This
so
door
your fiance answered the door. What's your fiance's name?
Stephen Edward Riley.
Okay.
Sorry, Stephen Riley.
Okay. And then, so when he answered the door, what was kind of the conversation between them when he answered the door?
Steve asked Chad what he wanted, and Chad kept telling him to look at him. And Steve said, "I am looking at you. What do you want?" That's pretty much it.
Okay. And then at what point did it turn physical?
When Chad can't start going through the doorway.
Okay,
When
so he started
Steve
going
pushed
through
him
the
out,
doorway
yeah.
and then Steve pushed him out?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see any weapons or anything involved in the altercation?
No.
Did anybody make reference to having any sort of weapons?
When I saw him pushing him towards his apartment, there was no weapons in either one of their hands.
Okay. And what was Chad kind of doing out here? I noticed there was some broken glass on the ground. Can you tell me kind of?
I don't know what he does when he. I know he smashes his apartment up when he's alone and drunk. This drunk.
Okay.
I mean, he gets violent.
Okay. Did he damage any of your property?
Yeah, my light.
Your floodlight above your door there?
Yeah, motion light.
Okay. As you're moving this way, grab a picture. This seems fresh. This beer. That shirt is probably the one you had on tonight. We'll check those paper towel rolls, see if there's any blood on it. You might have grabbed that to stop some bleeding. Put your light back here. Put your light on.
Can't see the name.
The inheritance Ina keeps referring to would end up becoming the center of the case. Stephen was indeed set to meet his lawyer, but that meeting never actually happened. The lawyer was supposedly flying in from overseas to finalize the paperwork on an inheritance from a deceased relative, money that was apparently sitting in an account at Arab Bank in Switzerland, just waiting for Stephen to claim it. The first meeting was scheduled for August 29th. It got rescheduled. The next one was Sunday, September 3rd at 11 a.m. The lawyer didn't show. Then 2 p.m. that same day, still nothing. Then 8 p.m. Once again, no one was there. Stephen sat outside the airport getting more and more sick by the hour, waiting for a man who was never going to arrive. Yet somehow, this mysterious inheritance kept coming up in conversation. His death had gone from being an accident to something far more sinister. Then came the issues over Stephen's belongings. Ina had started arguing with Billy, Stephen's closest friend, over the ownership of a pickup truck. The truck itself belonged to Stephen, but the motor inside it belonged to Billy. Stephen had been working on it for months to give to his son, Ryan. With Stephen not even buried yet, Ina was already trying to sell it and Billy wasn't having it. It was too early to be picking fights over a dead man's truck, and detectives noted exactly that. On the afternoon of September 5th, Ina called dispatch to report that Billy was at her residence trying to steal a vehicle belonging to Stephen.
Yeah, that's my trailer.
So what's going on with the truck?
He died last night.
Okay.
She said she's selling everything. I said, no, you ain't. You ain't selling nothing. You ain't touching nothing out here. She said you're going to sell everything. I said, no, you ain't. I said, because me and Steve, I said, all these tools are mine, and that motor in that truck is mine. You're not selling it. And he did. He was poisoned.
Go ahead.
And she probably done it because she was throwing all this stuff out. She ain't selling nothing. I got another boy coming over. Gonna make sure she don't sell it. Her son, his son lives out of state.
I have about 27 already. Actually, 29. Was it her husband?
No. They're not married.
You can't babysit what she does, though.
Right.
You know.
Well, I mean, me and Steve was partners in all of this. The motor's mine, the truck's his.
Yeah.
And I don't want her to sell it because we think she poisoned him. I'm almost sure she poisoned him.
So what's your plan right now?
We're making sure nothing goes.
Okay.
Nothing goes.
And you're not taking it?
No.
Okay. So are you going to stay here, or what's your plan?
I'll stay right here until make sure nobody takes this stuff. Because you know when they go to jail, the guys, we can come and clean out.
How long are you going to stay here?
I'll stay here until his son gets here.
Oh.
His
Whose
son's
son?
out of state.
His son?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And he blocked her.
Yeah.
Because she told him if she was selling all this stuff, he got mad, and so. And I found out a little while ago that he died. He's dead. Steve's dead.
Okay. When's the son supposed to get here?
He's not dead. I told you.
He is
He's not.
dead. He's dead.
I just told the son.
And he was poisoned.
Not dead yet.
And he was poisoned.
So when's the son supposed to get here?
We don't know yet. But he'll call us.
Where does the son live? Or where did Riley live? Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other day, she throws all the stuff out in the yard.
From his house?
And he come out and he was holding his head down. And then we were supposed to go up to the airport and meet this guy because he's supposed to get quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
So we went up there, come back, we had to help him out of the car, had to help him in the house. Well, his old landlord, Wes from out at the radar base, he come and helped me get him in there.
Okay. Well,
and actually, that truck belongs to Wes.
Who's Wes?
Wes that lives out at the radar base.
Yeah.
And he'll be here in a little bit too.
So if I run the bin on that truck, who's he gonna come back to?
Wes.
Okay, good. Okay.
Well, he's had it for 15, 20 years. So
At first they said that it was supposed to be here. Well, Wes did Terry. You trying to call him so I can get his information and see if there's a truck that comes back and say
he'll be glad to come see you. Because he's not happy. She was supposed to call the ambulance. She never called the ambulance.
Alright.
Wes went, she said, he's at the clinic. He went to Ever Clinic yesterday. He wasn't around. Went to the hospital. He wasn't there. He come back over here and knocked on doors. She wouldn't answer. And he hollered through the door. He said, he's not at none of them places. Well, as soon as he left, and he got almost by Walmart, she called the ambulance. Took him to the hospital.
How long ago was this?
Yesterday.
So where did he die?
They shipped him to.
No, I mean, where was he at when the ambulance picked him up?
Right here.
Okay, he was here.
Right here. Yeah.
Okay. All right, just don't take anything. Wes gets here, we'll see if because we haven't figured out whose truck this is before it gets taken away.
Well, it's been. I know there was plates on it when we picked it up, and it's been at least 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while since it's been registered, so.
And he give it to Steve. We put it in there. And then everybody's telling me she's over here selling.
Well, she's not going to. What is she going to take and sell?
All my tools, his tools.
Well, that's
I think it should go to his son. I think that
everything by law, everything goes to the son. So.
All right. So what's going on? Let's get your side.
I don't know what's going on. Steve collapsed yesterday. Went to the hospital. I found out he was poisoned.
How'd you find that out?
Doctor told me.
Doctor told you?
I'm just telling you, son, don't ever stop after these people. They're nasty people. They're nasty. Somebody comes and steals his truck after, if it's true, if he died in Bismarck, steal the same day when his son was supposed to get it.
Do you have the title for that truck? You know, can I at least take a look at him and see whose name is on it?
It's coming in the mail.
Oh, you don't have it yet?
He finally went.
Who did?
He had a couple dollars to finally go get it switched over.
So you don't have it? Okay.
If not, unless it's in the mailbox, I don't know.
Alrighty. All right, he's gonna sit there waiting for everybody. Just ignore him, please. Okay, he's not gonna be taking anything. Okay. Alrighty. All right, we're gonna go.
I'm so confused, man. I was just getting called about issuing J-reps for cases that weren't mine, and I have no idea what's going on. Hi.
Yeah. He came in.
Okay, what's going on?
I don't know.
We've been here.
He keeps trying to take Steve's truck
Where's the truck at?
in the garage.
Oh.
And he's the one that nailed it all shut.
Who is?
Billy.
Billy's the one that nailed it shut.
I want him to pick it up. Not me.
Is this the paperwork on the thing? Or?
No. This is property that Steve was buying after his inheritance got here.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to, I think he left it to his son, but I had to Google where to go to get his inheritance switched over to the people he left it to. I don't know.
Okay. Who actually was the owner of this truck?
Steve. Yeah, it's in his name.
It's in his name?
Yeah, the title's coming. Yeah, we were going to get all his fines paid off, get both of our license, get some new cars.
Okay.
Go to Ireland, get married, stay in his family castle or whatever, because that's what he wanted to do.
Wow.
And the day he was supposed to meet his lawyer at the airport, apparently I thought it was heat stroke, and he said it was heat stroke. That was the last day I talked to him.
Okay.
But the last thing he said was get a restraining order against Wes and the property, and make sure you don't get paid. That change it over. And that I was right about his friends. Because when I left him a while back, like a year ago, I told him, you gotta go with me. Your friends are gonna kill you. You gotta leave them. I don't care if you're here, but get a real job and don't ever talk to them again, because they will kill you. Apparently he was poisoned. I'm finding out. With antifreeze.
Okay.
The compounds are similar to antifreeze.
Huh.
I don't know. He ingested it smoking a cigarette, because he was always spilling crap on his cigarettes and smoking it, or if somebody did it, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. I didn't even know that happened until, like I said, the doctor told me it looks like poisoning.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear all that.
Yeah. And we were supposed to take a road trip. Stop at his sister's place to prank McMahon. Prank. He gave them some money too.
So this truck is registered to Steven, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's this other guy that wants it?
Billy.
Billy? Why does he
Steve
think
got it from the guy buying the property. He was buying the property from. He gave it to him. It didn't run. He was rebuilding the engine, and he's still in the process of rebuilding the engine.
Okay.
And he sent a picture to his son, and his son said he wants it.
No.
He's in the Army National Guard in Texas right now.
Okay.
Well,
I don't think they can. I don't think they can just come up here and take it. So if they come back, just call us and we'll deal with that. Okay. I'm sure you got a lot to deal with as far as all that stuff goes.
Trying to get this situated before he gets here.
Yeah.
Son.
Okay.
By this point, detectives had more than enough reason to suspect Ina. It started with what they'd already seen for themselves. 2 bottles of antifreeze sitting in plain view in the garage, caught on officer body cams on September 5th. When investigators came back with a search warrant on the 7th, they seized even more. A half-full gallon of Prestone antifreeze, an empty gallon next to it, a Windex bottle filled with bright green liquid, a Michelob beer mug on the workbench, a Coors Light bottle, both full of the same green liquid suspected to be antifreeze. That same evening, Stephen's lab results came back from Trinity Hospital. The ethylene glycol level in his blood was 33 milligrams per deciliter. Anything above 20 is considered potentially fatal. On top of the physical evidence, the witness statements kept piling up. Friend after friend told detectives the same thing that Ina had openly talked about poisoning Stephen and Billy by slipping antifreeze into their drinks. Stephen's son had called from Texas, telling officers his father's friends were convinced Ina was the killer. And then there was Ina herself. She kept calling the police, claiming people were trying to steal Stephen's truck. But every time officers showed up, her story changed.
I wasn't even out there. In the garage.
I know.
Can I please lock up my house?
Yeah, we'll lock up your house for you. Okay.
I'll
Want to
give
put
you
your hands
the
on your back?
keys.
Yep, we'll lock your house up for you. Is there anything you need?
Yes. Why me?
So right
just
now,
signed off on it, okay?
Who?
The judge. So we'll get that, your copy of that and all that.
so right now you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, and you have the right to have an attorney present during any questioning. You understand? You want us to lock up your house still?
Yes.
Okay, where are your keys at? Will your door even lock?
No. You guys busted it open after I offered the key.
When was that?
When the detectives came and talked to me.
Okay, so it normally doesn't lock though.
Normally it does lock.
But since then it hasn't locked. Okay.
Is there anything you need from the house? Purse?
My wallet? My
Wallet?
keys?
Okay. Where is it?
My phone?
Do you give us permission to go inside and grab it?
Yeah.
Okay. Are your dogs friendly?
I'm gonna take a bite out of her leg.
Where's your stuff at?
Very nice.
Right on the coffee table.
Okay.
And can I have a cigarette, please?
Are they inside?
Yes.
Just don't
Never been arrested before like this. I've never done anything. I haven't done anything.
Right.
Not ever.
But we'll let you smoke a cigarette. Just don't spaz out on us or anything. Alright? That a little deal? Okay.
Freaking lost the love of my life, and this is how I'm treated.
We're being decent with you.
I mean, the only man I've ever lived with.
Does this lock? Yeah.
Yes, the bottom lock locks.
How long you been out here? A while?
13 years. If I was gonna kill him, I would have killed him the day he lied to me and I found out he was doing drugs.
Yeah. I'm just gonna grab your arm so you don't fall, alright?
And I would have done it physically, not...
Physically?
Yeah, I'm a physical woman, not a... Hide behind your back, Connie.
So we're gonna have our officers come and grab the dogs, okay? So they're gonna be at our
Should be unlocked.
I can't afford to get him out. I gotta fix the door.
Should be unlocked. Is it not unlocking?
No.
Weird.
Nobody out here to watch the dogs? Just you? No
I'm
friends or
the
anything?
only one here.
You have any friends at work that would take them?
Nope. I have no one.
Okay.
Steve!
You're still okay if we grab the dogs off and another officer stops by?
We just don't want them to die in there, right?
Why? How long are you holding me?
We don't know. That's why. We just want to make sure the dogs are okay. That's the main thing.
Because I'm innocent, so I should be...
We just want to make sure the dogs are fine, you know? Anytime we take somebody to
I
jail.
should be booked and released, right?
Okay. So we'll have our officers grab the dogs. We'll put a hold on them, alright?
Make sure you get that back camera on. Yeah, obviously.
Sweet. How do you say your first name again?
However you want to say it.
What is it, Iana?
Ina.
Ina. This way, this way, this way. Just take a seat on this bench for me, especially you got a hurt knee.
Not me, it's an ankle.
Her ankle.
You guys steal my phone again?
Steal your phone?
What? The one I had at work. I mean, at
This
home.
is our first time meeting.
Robbie.
I don't think you ever met him before. Was that yours?
No.
Whose is it?
Not mine.
Oh, she left it from last time.
Detectives also sat down with Stephen's longtime friend, Billy. Billy had known Stephen for about 10 years. They worked on vehicles and did side jobs together. He'd been at Stephen's apartment all day on Sunday, September 3rd, the day Stephen first got sick, and Billy had a lot to say about Ina.
And so how do you know Steve?
Steve, I've known him about 10 years now.
Okay.
We worked on vehicles together and just about every day, you know.
Okay.
In the last couple of years, we've been, every day we go work on vehicles and do side jobs and stuff like that. Okay. So I know Steve pretty well.
All right. How do you know Ina? Just through Steve?
Just through him. But I never had much to do with her because she's not a likable person.
Okay. When you say she's not likable, is it what about her is not likable?
I went over one day at their house and get my tools out, and I was leaned over in the truck gathering my tools up, and she come out with a big old knife and stabbed me. And that's when Lynn was with me.
Okay.
And she, somehow or another, she took the knife away from her and had her in a headlock.
How long ago was that?
It's been about 2 years ago.
Okay, it's been a couple of years. And for no reason? Was she just mad about anything?
Just mad. She gets mad at Steve. It's like the other day. I mean, the day just before he died, she was throwing his stuff out.
Okay, because she was mad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what she was mad about?
Probably because he had all of us for a witness, because he's getting a lot of money. And she wasn't invited. So, and it's quite a bit of money.
So Sunday you went to the airport.
Yep.
Do you remember what time?
Well, we were supposed to be there at 2. The guy called and canceled till 8.
Okay.
And then we all showed up there at 8.
Who?
But the guy never showed up.
Okay. So supposed to be there at 2. So when you guys were supposed to be there at 2, did you go over to Steve's?
Yeah, I was over there almost all day.
Almost all day? Okay.
There's nothing wrong with Steve.
He was fine all day?
All day.
Okay.
Yep. He was happy he was getting his money because he'd been waiting a while for it.
Was there anyone else there with you all?
There was a couple other people.
Okay.
Let's see. Lynn was there.
Okay.
For a little bit, and then she had to leave. That left me and let's see, somebody else was there. The lady that lives up top, I don't know her name.
Okay. She was down there. Okay. Anybody else?
Wes.
Wes was there. Okay. But did you see Steve eating anything that day, and you don't remember him drinking anything at all, non-alcoholic or not? Did he eat? Do you remember if he ate anything?
I think she was making him something to eat, but
okay. She
offered me, but I wouldn't. I never eat.
Okay. So you think he may have eaten something, but you don't?
Eat or drink, yeah.
Okay. So on Sunday, he's fine, and you stay there, you said, till maybe 2:30 in the afternoon? Then you left and came back? Or?
I left and then I come back, yeah.
Okay. So he got a message. When Steve was talking to this lawyer, or however this worked, was he communicating with him, or was Ina communicating with the lawyer? Do you remember?
I think he was.
Steve was.
Yeah.
So he found out from...
But now she was bad about taking the phone.
She would take his phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she'd tell him that she lost the phone.
Okay.
So she was kind of staying in, with a lawyer.
Okay. You think she was taking the phone intentionally to communicate?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
Okay. How many times do you think she took his phone?
In the last 3 or 4 months, a lot.
Okay.
She'd say she lost it, and then a couple of weeks later, she'd find the phone. Oh, it was behind the TV, or it was here and there. I told Steve, I said, no, I wouldn't let her deal with the lawyer.
Yeah.
I said, it's best you deal with him yourself or let somebody else. You know, like Wes is good.
Sure. Like, would she hurt Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Physically?
Physically, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know if Steve talked to the lawyer on the phone that day, like actually spoke to him?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what, the communication with them wasn't just through email, it was also verbal communication?
Right.
Okay.
Do you know where the lawyer was based out of?
Somewhere's out of the country.
Okay.
He was flying in his own private jet. But I know Steve couldn't go there because he couldn't get a passport because he owed child support.
Okay.
Okay.
So that attorney had to come here.
You're right.
Okay.
And I don't know how much it was. It's supposed to be, it's way up there in the money. It was like 20-something million that man was going to get. And he had it all planned out, you know, he's going to pay his child support, he said he's going to buy me a new truck. I said, I don't want a new truck. I said, best thing you can do is get on a plane and don't look back.
Yeah.
I said, that's the best thing you can do.
Okay. Did you ever see any of the documents about this money by any chance? Did he ever show you any of the...
No, but I talked to his uncle a few times. His uncle used to call me to get a hold of Steve.
Okay.
So,
Is that the uncle that had the money?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know his name by any chance?
No, I sure don't.
Okay. So you verbally spoke to the uncle a couple times?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he called my house looking for, get a hold of Steve, send him some money. And I think he sent him quite a bit of money, but...
Okay. How long ago was that?
It's been about 7 years ago.
Okay.
And his uncle was talking to me, he said, yeah, when I die, Steve's gonna be rich.
Okay.
I guess he bought some land, had some oil on it.
Okay.
And went from there to, he bought places over out of the country.
Okay.
So he was gonna be a rich man.
Now, as far as Ina,
she's a drinker.
Okay.
She'd drink Fireball and...
Okay. And you say that she's not very nice.
No, she's not.
Has she
nice.
assaulted Steve in the past? Like physically? Like have they gotten into domestic?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's assaulted him, or okay. Has he ever assaulted her back? And I mean it's not, I don't
I mean, I'm sure he did.
Some mutual combat there or something? Okay. So
As far as hurting her, no, Steve wouldn't hurt her.
Okay.
He wouldn't hurt her. But he would stop her from
hurting him.
bodily harm or something like that. As far as I know, she said a few things to other people, not actually to me, but
okay.
I really didn't know about it until just recently. That she talked about poisoning Steve and me because we're always together, and she didn't like that. That's exactly why I wouldn't drink nothing or eat nothing there. And
Because
Steve knew about it too.
Steve knew about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So she talked to other people about poisoning you and Steve because you two are always together?
We're always together. We always...
What would she gain from that?
I don't see what she would gain.
Okay. Just her saying she was going to take you both out. Okay.
That's just hearsay though.
Sure. Do you know who she said that to? Or who told you?
Same one that's got the number for where she said what. She said it to the people at the hospital.
Okay.
She's actually said it to her.
Okay. So Lynn.
So that was Lynn.
Okay. Did he ever say why he wanted to leave her but hadn't left? Is there any reason why?
No.
Okay.
He just always said, you know, I'm gonna leave, or she's gonna go.
Okay.
Which she had her stuff packed up the other day.
She had her things packed up?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went over there. She said, well, I'm selling Steve's truck. I said, oh, hell no, you ain't selling nothing.
What day was that?
The cops come out.
Okay.
Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe. I know the cops come up there. Cause I went and bolted the doors where they couldn't nobody get in there.
To get the truck.
Yeah.
Because she said she was gonna sell it?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, the truck belonged to him, but the motor belonged to me.
Right.
And all the tools that's in the garage belong to me.
Okay.
So I drove nails in the doors, about like that right there, boards on the other side. And she got in there.
Okay.
Did she say where she was going?
She didn't say.
So your thoughts on what happened? What do you think happened here?
I say she done it.
Okay.
She had to.
Okay.
She had to do it. Because, I mean, we was out all that day. Till 2 o'clock I was there.
Okay. And then you came back at 8.
I come back at 8.
How was Steve at 8?
Well, Steve was with Wes. And what my understanding is, Wes had to help him in the house. And he got in the house, he got on the couch.
Okay.
Well, Wes come back next morning, check on him. She said he's not here, he's gone to the clinic. Well, he went to all the clinics. He went to hospital. Steve was not there. So that's when Steve come back over there to confront her. But Steve was there.
Okay.
And she called Lynn. Right after she called Lynn, Wes showed up at our house, and Wes told Lynn, said, Steve's nowhere. He said, Ana just called the ambulance to come and get him.
After he had left?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
When Wes dropped him off that night,
yeah,
she should have called the ambulance.
Okay.
Which it probably wouldn't did no good anyway. I mean, it was too late.
Right.
It's in the system.
So, and when you say it's in it, what are you referring to? If it's in a system?
A lot of people said it was antifreeze.
Okay.
That's what the hospital said to start with.
Who did they say that to?
West or Laura. Laura was with the Ina.
Who's Laura?
I don't know her last name.
She a friend of Ina's?
She was more a friend of Steve's.
Okay.
But she walked with her back from the hospital. I know she lives in FEMA.
Okay.
She's real short.
So did Laura walk to the apartment and then they walked to the hospital?
Well, she had her boyfriend drive her to the hospital.
Okay. Laura's boyfriend.
He left.
Okay.
And then her and Ina started walking.
Okay.
When was that?
That's the day they took him to the hospital.
Okay.
And Ina was the one that told you that the hospital said it was antifreeze?
Didn't actually tell me, he told Lynn.
Okay.
Lynn and Laura.
What was it? I'm sorry. What was the last thing that the hospital told you Steve said?
I'm not married.
I'm not married.
I'm not married.
Yeah.
Okay.
At that point, was he in the emergency room still?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were shipping him out.
Stephen's other friends also told the detectives the same thing, that their relationship had always been rocky, and Stephen hadn't died of natural causes. He'd been poisoned.
The ambulance, somebody said that they believe he's been poisoned.
Okay.
And they said it, and Laura heard it, and Ina heard it. Right after that, they had to walk down to the store across the street over where the new Dairy Queen is to get a pack of cigarettes or something. And that's when Billy was supposed to come get them. And Billy went over there, and they wasn't nowhere around. Then, that was when Wes called me. I called Wes at 5:18 and let him know what I knew. Yeah. Because Wes is like really, really, And then Laura tried to call me and all that, everything and stuff.
So so it's possible maybe that someone just mentioned maybe he was poisoned, like just based on what they were seeing. Because
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, they didn't say. I mean,
it wasn't an official.
It wasn't an official. No, it wasn't official.
Okay.
But I bet we kind of figured it might have been because they said that they believe he's been poisoned.
Okay.
And then 30 minutes later, they're transferring him to Bismarck.
Okay.
But my thing was is she absolutely acted like, and then we went over there the next day because Billy had, like, his garage up there is mainly Billy's tools and stuff.
Right.
And so we went up there, the next day we went up there, and she didn't come to the door, and then finally the dog started barking, so she come to the door, and she found out that Billy was at least going to get his motor out of that truck.
Yeah.
It's Steve's truck, but it's Billy's motor.
Yep.
And he was doing it for Steve. Is the reason he let him have it for Steve, not,
Not for her.
Yeah. And she went. I said, because I know that the hospital and everybody blocked her. His son blocked her and everybody blocked her. So I went up to, and she finally come to the door, and I said, have you heard anything about Steve? She said, no, everybody blocked me. I said, well, he passed. No reaction. I said, he's dead. No reaction. She said, well, what are they doing now? I said, they're going to do an autopsy because they believe he was poisoned. She freaking flipped the script. She started screaming, hollering. That was when the cops were called, and she's screaming at the cops and all that. I could hear her talking to the cops on the phone, just great. Because Billy's up there taking this, that. And I mean, because she had no emotion. When I said he passed, then I'm like, okay, he's dead. Yeah. And she's just like.
What was she saying when she was screaming?
Oh, she was calling the cops because we wasn't taking her and all that, and then why are they doing an autopsy, and why are they doing an autopsy and all that. And I'm like, because when people die and they don't know exactly why, like if you're shot or whatever, right, then they probably won't do an autopsy. I said, but they don't know what he died of. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she had said something to Wes more than once. I mean, Steve had said something to Wes more than once about her killing him.
Okay.
She's trying to poison me or something.
On Sunday for the airport, Billy had gone up there in the morning, 8 o'clock-ish or whatever, and then that got changed. And then you went back up with him at 2? Yeah. Did you see Steve?
Yes.
How was he?
He couldn't hold it. He kept putting his head down, and it's like he wasn't acting like Steve. He acted like he didn't feel good. He said he was sick to his stomach.
Okay.
But he was just not acting his regular old hobbling around self, But he gave me a wire brush. Do not ask me why, but he thought it was important to give me that wire brush.
So just kind of odd behavior.
Odd, yeah. He gave me that wire brush, and I'm like, okay. She gets mad because he don't work when she's working, and then she don't work for a year or so, but he don't say nothing about it. I mean, he's a good guy.
Yeah, that's what everyone has said.
He was. I don't understand. That's like her. Billy went to go get the speakers out of his car that was Billy's speakers. Yeah. Steve said, go get them. And he was standing there, and he told Ina, he said, I'm getting my speakers out of the car. Those are Steve's. She went in there and got a 12-inch butcher, 13-inch butcher knife, and was like this right here coming down the steps. And I run over and knocked it out of her hand. And then so she tussles with me to get back to the knife. I picked it up, and I'm hitting her. I picked it up and threw it across the street and said, you can't get it now, and then just started wailing on her.
How long ago was that?
It's been a couple of years.
Okay.
Years ago. It was for.
But she went in to get a knife over some speakers?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she was killing. She was gonna kill. I mean, her whole face, her eyes. When she went in and turned around, I seen her come out the door because he had his back to her. He was going. The scar was right there, and she come off them steps, down them steps, and I'm like, whoa, no, that's my bitch to kill. You ain't killing him. I mean, honestly, because Billy, we're like best friends. We work, you know, off the grid. We work, but yeah, I couldn't believe it. But she was serious, though, I could tell.
I'm a nosy neighbor.
It's good. I like it.
Well, I know, because my daughter struggles with addiction. My neighborhood has turned into a not what it was when I first moved in.
Yeah.
So I've learned I live alone.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 3-year-old. There's a lot
going on over there.
A lot going on in my neighborhood lately with the drugs and the. Yes, so I do. I am the nosiest. I know what cars belong, what cars don't. Who lives in my neighborhood, who doesn't.
Yeah.
So yes.
That's good. How was their relationship that you know?
The first year was, Steve was looking great, doing great. The past year, everything has gone to, I don't know if, you know, and I'm not a psychiatrist, I don't know if she suffers from mental illness at times, but her mental state went downhill the past year.
Okay.
Steve, I noticed losing weight, the people that were coming over, I knew he was
using.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not here to defend himself, so I hate to say that, but
yeah.
My
it is
daughter
what it
struggles.
is sometimes,
yes.
Unfortunately.
And I know, when you lose weight, when you're not acting right, shady stuff going on, you're not working, yes, he was, and it got worse the past couple months.
Okay. You think, likely, does that seem
Probably.
like, whatever? Okay.
Yes.
Were they having any, over that last year that things were starting to kind of fall, were they having problems in their relationship that you knew of? Or?
Yeah, they always, like, he would take off for a couple of days and she would be like, you know, he's always taking off, I can't stand it. Okay. And Steve would then come to me and be like, she's such a, excuse my language, but I'm just, that's what, he'd be like, she's such a shy, you know, and it just got worse.
Okay.
And then she'd come up one day crying, and I hate to say this, it's hard with Dina to tell if she's telling me the truth or she's telling me a story to get something for free.
Okay.
Because she'd come up, Steve smashed the TV last night, things like that.
Gotcha. Okay. So maybe like a little pity so that you'd give her, feel bad. Okay. Sure. So, let's say maybe now we'll talk about starting like over the weekend, maybe Saturday or Sunday. Were you around over the weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the cops were at my house Friday night because of Chad.
Because of the fight, is that right?
Chad kicked in my door.
Yeah.
I called 911.
Okay.
Steve was there. That started approximately 1:32 a.m. Chad came home with the neighbor that lives up the hill from us. He drives a gray Jetta.
Okay.
He's newer to the neighborhood. Chad and him were outside, totally phased.
Okay.
They were drinking a clear bottle. Chad was pounding on Steve's door, antagonizing him. You stole my when I was in jail. Okay. This went on for like over an hour.
Oh.
I give Steve credit, he stayed in the house.
Okay.
He started kicking in something outside. I don't know if it was a window or their door, but the house was vibrating. Steve finally came out. I saw Steve hit Chad. Chad went down for a minute. Chad got back up and was like, but they scuffled next to the garage, and where my house is, I'm so nosy, I couldn't see.
Yeah.
Then I see Chad go over to where the car was and Steve go back in his house. So I said, okay, this is usual. They do this every few months.
Okay.
They have a love-hate relationship. So I said, okay, the night's done. Well, it wasn't. Steve went to bed, but Chad didn't. That's when he came to my house.
Okay.
That was Friday. Saturday morning, I woke up, let my dogs out. I was outside. This was approximately 8 a.m. Steve was downstairs in front of his garage. He had his forehead, it looked dirty or something. I said, what the hell happened last night with Chad? And he was like, I don't know, I headbutted him though. He's like, but he didn't seem right, because he's like, I'm getting that money, that $2 million, and I'm gonna buy this apartment building. I said, okay. He tells me stories like that throughout the time.
Okay.
He was there with the guy with the blue truck. They were doing the garage. Then the guy in the blue truck left and Steve went into his apartment. That's the last time, unfortunately, I saw Steve.
Okay. You don't know the guy with the blue truck?
They call him... Oh, God, he's an older gentleman. I'll think of the name when I'm not thinking of it.
Okay, no worries. So Steve had mentioned before, like in the past, about getting money.
Yes.
How many? Like
$2 million.
Okay, so he was gonna make $2 million. How many times? Like how far back are you talking?
This is going back. I've heard this for the past 5 months, I want to say.
Okay. So Steve does have a will, do you think? According to
what he verbally told me, yes, he did. And he changed it. He had one will, and about a month or two later, he said he changed that will because he had left everything to Ina, and he didn't want to do that. So he told me, he was like, don't tell Ina, but I changed it.
How long ago was that?
That was recently when he told me he changed that. I'm going to say maybe 2 months ago.
Okay.
Because it started 5 months and he told me, yeah, I got a will, I'm leaving everything to Ina if something happens. And then it seemed like 2 months after that, he's like, that didn't get nothing. That's how he talked.
Nope, I appreciate that. Did he say anything in particular about why he would change it, or just?
Because she's a he said.
So that was just it.
Yep, that's how yeah.
Was he ever talking about leaving Ina?
Yes.
Okay. What was that conversation like?
He would just say, I'm going to get this money and leave her, get my own place, or go back to California.
Okay. Do you think she knew about that?
I think at times he would yell it to her.
Okay. So she may have...
Oh, she was well aware of the will.
Okay.
She was well aware of the money.
Okay.
In fact, I'm jumping ahead. I'm just putting these... was it Saturday or Sunday? She came up to my apartment. No, Steve was still there. So it had to have been late Saturday. She came up to my apartment and said, Steve told me to clear out the apartment. Do you want our kitchen chairs, anything? And no offense, I said, no, thank you. She was like, because we're going to be getting out of here. She was cleaning out the apartment. Like, there was like a luggage bag out there.
Okay.
This was Saturday she was doing that.
So she was doing...
And I was like, wow, I even told my friend, I was like, maybe he really is getting this money in there.
Yeah.
Jumping down. I was like, they should pay the landlord or the back rent first, because that's mean.
Right.
But the more Rebecca talked, the less Ina's story made sense. Within hours of Stephen being airlifted to Bismarck, Ina was already telling Rebecca that he'd been poisoned with antifreeze. This was before any autopsy, and somehow, Ina already knew exactly what had killed him. She also had a theory about who did it. According to Rebecca, Ina was blaming Billy, Stephen's best friend of 10 years.
All right, so then now we don't see him Saturday, but Ina had come up and asked if you wanted kitchen furniture.
Yep.
You said
Or
yes.
anything in her apartment.
Okay. And then she left.
Yep.
And then what happens?
And then she, and then she came up like 20 minutes later and asked me for if I had soda, soup, because she said Steve was throwing up. He couldn't keep anything down. He hasn't gotten out of bed since the morning. And to me it made sense because he didn't look right. I said, oh, maybe he's coming down with the flu or something, or hungover, or I don't know. I didn't have any soda. I think I gave her a V8, a little thing of V8. But she was like, I was like, is he okay? And she was like, yeah, he won't stop throwing up. And I was like, well, I know the brat diet. And she was like, no. She was like, we'll just see how it goes.
Okay.
But yeah, she came up again asking for if I had cracker soup, and she told me that he was sick in bed, throwing up, he wouldn't move.
Okay.
And that was Saturday. It was before dinner. It was like she came up about the chairs, and then I want to say within a half an hour time frame, she was coming up asking me for if I had crackers, soup, something.
Okay. And then Sunday rolls around.
Correct.
Never saw Steve on Sunday.
Nope.
Did you see Ina? Did she?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's Saturday. She came up for
that
food.
Was Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sunday morning she came up for a cigarette.
Okay.
Said Steve was sick again, not moving. And then next I know the ambulance and everything's in front of their house.
Do you remember what time she came up for a cigarette?
Oh God, she comes to my door
I'm
like
sorry.
6:30 in the morning.
Oh, okay. Early.
Oh, she'll yell in my window.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so that's the 6:30.
Yeah, it's very frustrating when you work and you make your own money and
Yeah.
Once in a while I don't mind, but sometimes she's like, Grandma! I'm like,
You're a very nice
I
lady.
need to move, I need to move.
Yeah. Okay, so she comes up, smokes a cigarette with you, so Steve still is not
She
well.
doesn't smoke. I always just hand
Oh, you just give
I
it to
don't
her.
allow
Oh,
her
okay.
in my apartment.
Gotcha.
No offense, I don't.
Nope, that's
Nope,
okay.
I have, nope.
And then she's saying Steve is still sick.
Yes, yep,
Okay, and then later you see the ambulance.
yes.
Did you talk to her after the ambulance was there?
Yep, I actually went down because I was like, what? Because Friday it was Chad, Saturday some homeless lady, the cops were in my neighborhood, she was trying to get through my gate saying the government's after. Sunday was Steve, and I did go down because I was like, what is going on now with him? Like he went from Saturday standing to now in a stretcher.
Yeah.
And she was like, the police were there and everything, and she just sat on the step quiet. And then I said, Ina, is everything okay? She was like, yeah, he got sick. I gave him an ice bath. And I was like, okay. And then later that day, he goes to the hospital. She comes up later crying.
Okay.
Steve's in a coma. He got airlifted. He was poisoned. That just, now you're putting a whole new level on crying. They've been poisoning him for a week. I've been telling Steven. She was like not making sense. And then she's like, I'm getting an inheritance. When I get the inheritance, you're not going to see me. I came up here to say goodbye. Like, she was actually kind of making me nervous. That's why I was like, what the?
Mm-hmm.
Insisting Steve got poisoned by antifreeze.
She said this to you on Sunday.
Yes.
After the ambulance left.
After the ambulance left.
What time did the ambulance leave?
Or what time was she up there, I guess, talking to you?
This was, gosh,
Oh, yeah, that time.
before 10 a.m. It had to have been, it was, I'm not good with times right there because it just threw me off. That he just, and I saw him on the stretcher and it just hit me wrong. He just looked like death.
So she comes up and says he's in a coma.
Yep. And I was like, what? He was just here, what?
And then she says he was being poisoned and they've been, who did?
The guy in the blue truck.
That's who she says was poisoning
Yes.
him? Okay.
I was telling Steve all week he was being poisoned because he was getting sicker and sicker.
That's what she was saying?
Yes, she did.
Okay. Sorry, we're just taking notes
No.
here.
Billy is his name.
Okay.
See, I knew once I stopped thinking about it.
Okay, so Billy.
Billy and his wife were poisoning him all week. And then I said, well, why didn't you call the police or something? Because I don't like when people don't make sense.
Yeah.
Then she said some other guy, he was there like Wes.
Okay.
Wes said, don't call 911. That's why I didn't call. And then another thing she said that got my little spidey, when she said Stephen was still in a coma, when she said it was antifreeze, my first, well, why would you say antifreeze, Ina? Well, I don't have antifreeze. Just like that, I was like, why would, that didn't sit with me. I don't have antifreeze. I don't even know if there's antifreeze in the garage, Grandma. She knows damn well that there's antifreeze and Steve works with it. Like, I shouldn't say I'm not her, maybe she doesn't know what antifreeze is, but when she said that, she was like, I don't have antifreeze. I was like, I could care less.
Yeah. Was she on the phone with the hospital in front of you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
and
she
they
was.
wouldn't tell her anything?
Nope.
And then she just asked, did she ask
you? She even
you
told them about the inheritance. She was like talking weird. She was like, I'm his wife. And the hospital said, we don't have you listed as his wife, I heard them say. And she was like, well, I'm on the papers for the inheritance. I was like, this woman at the hospital don't give two
No.
Excuse me.
You can swear.
Okay,
We
the
swear.
hospital don't give two if you
Right.
get, like, I thought that was weird.
Okay.
But she did. She said that to the hospital. And they were basically like, we don't care about the inheritance. You're not listed as his wife.
Right.
And they were firm.
That's good.
I'm no dummy. I know it takes a couple of days autopsies.
Right.
Like, she was saying poison before the man was even cold.
Right. He was still in
I
a
didn't
coma
need to say
or
it
whatever,
like
but
that.
Yeah. Nope. And that's the truth. Yeah.
Did she say what made her think he was poisoned with antifreeze?
She said, all she kept saying, she said Billy and them were poisoning him because he was getting sicker and sicker. So she said they were bringing him food and milk. So she said they were poisoning him. Then someone else was poisoning him, that other guy. Then it was everybody, but why, like, but she couldn't never answer. She would jump to a different subject.
Okay. So it didn't make a lot of sense.
Right, and whenever I questioned on her, anything that doesn't make sense, like, is he in a coma? Is he alive? Is he that? What do you mean he's poisoned? I just saw him Saturday. Who poisoned him? You know,
Yeah.
it would switch.
Okay. And so now she's She's still talking about getting this inheritance.
Yes.
Is she talking about how she's getting it?
Her son came. I met her son last night.
Oh, okay. Her son came?
No, I'm sorry, his son.
Steve's son. Yeah.
I'm old.
That's okay.
He flew in.
Yes.
I told him, you don't know anyone here, and you don't know me either, but I'm telling you, I'm safe. He went to go visit Ina last night. He came up to my apartment, but as he's leaving, she came up, knocked on my door.
When he was up there?
Yeah,
okay.
to get him. I think she was nervous. It was like she was pissed he was up there. And then she's like, I just want to let you know I found the will papers. And his son just looked at me and rolled his eyes, and he went down, and I don't know. I went back up to my apartment.
Okay.
But she was still...
So she said in front of you, though, that she found will papers?
Yes. Yep.
So you and Ryan, you corresponded with him through Messenger?
I did. I did.
Before he got here?
I did.
Okay. Did you just reach out to him
I
on
did.
there? All right.
I did. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
I wasn't comfortable with what was. Nothing was sitting right, and I was afraid to come to you guys because you guys, like this crazy woman neighbor is thinking her neighbor's getting poisoned. So it wasn't. It wasn't comfortable. It wasn't sitting right. So I had to talk to someone.
Yeah. So, and that was, you were feeling like, I need to tell him that she's saying these things?
If he
There's
knew,
a concern? Okay.
like if he could tell me how his dad died, because if he told me it was poison, then I need to pack my bags and leave Dodge. Like I don't want, like no offense. If she could, and I hate, if she had anything, he could have died of a heart attack, but if she did poison him, I can look back and she's not mentally stable. She's the type to like, so I would die of carbon monoxide.
Sure.
Like
I gotcha.
That's why I feel bad. I want to do this because if something was, Steve wasn't perfect, but I don't think anyone, my daughter deals with addiction, I don't think anyone should be judged by the lifestyle they live.
Right.
In that sense, no one deserves, if he died of a heart attack, God bless his soul.
Yeah.
But if there's more to it, he deserves more as a human being than to be drug out on a stretcher, and I don't care if he did. I don't care. He's a human being.
Yep, absolutely.
And he deserves, if it did go down, he deserves justice. If someone did give him antifreeze, he did not. He was a good soul.
Yeah.
He just had demons he was fighting.
Sure. Yeah. And that's.
Detectives also brought in Stephen's son, Ryan. Ryan is in the Army, stationed in Texas. He and his father had only recently started rebuilding their relationship after years of being estranged. And one of the strangest things about that relationship, Stephen kept losing his phones. The exact same thing Billy had told detectives that Ina would take Stephen's phone and claim she'd lost it. Ryan even said Ina recently told him she'd just found 2 more of Stephen's phones lying around the apartment.
Have you maintained a relationship with him throughout? Or has there ever been times that you guys didn't talk because you weren't getting along or for any other reason?
We just never really had contact with each other. Okay. And then we got in contact like last year before my rotation to Poland.
Okay.
And then we'd like talk as often as we could.
Okay.
He's always like losing his phone or like breaking it.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, it happens. Okay. Anything in particular that made you guys start talking? Was it just?
I wanted to reach out to him.
Okay. And everything was kind of okay?
Yeah.
Okay. But he would lose his phone or break it a lot?
Mm-hmm. I know when I went to Ina's yesterday to their apartment, she had found like 2 more of his phones.
Okay.
So the message says, "Hi Ryan, I'm a close friend of Steve Riley, who I believe is your dad. If in fact you are the Ryan he always talks about, If so, I need to tell you some urgent info on his health. Please contact me at, and then give me her number. It's very urgent that we contact you or at least a family member to get info for hospital.
Can we take a peek? Can we?
Yeah, you can
Is that
take
okay?
her.
Kelly Hanley? I don't know that name. Okay, so did you call her?
Yes.
Okay.
I like called several times and she never picked up.
Okay.
But then, shortly after, the hospital had called me.
Okay.
So I think she gave them my number.
Gotcha.
And then, from there,
So have you ever talked to her?
no, it was like first time.
No, so you did eventually talk to her?
Yeah.
Okay. What day? On Tuesday, is that, or?
Yeah, Tuesday morning.
What did she say?
It was just mostly about my dad. They needed info. She told me what hospital he was at and everything. I'd have to look through.
Did you talk to her over the phone or just through Messenger?
Just through Messenger.
Okay. Do you mind if I scroll through there? Is that
Yeah.
okay with you? Okay.
Then I know Ina yesterday went around saying that my dad had died from antifreeze poisoning,
Yeah.
which was very specific, but
Right.
I know the hospital can't release any information over the phone, and she's not like related, not married to my dad or anything either.
Right.
So it was at that point I'm like, okay, something's like a little fishy about all this, because a lot
Yeah.
of people are saying some sort of poisoning, so I don't know if it's like.
So when you got this information, we'll just, and I'm sorry we have to kind of go back and forth, but you get this message that she says, like, it might be poisoning. What are your, and then she talks about Ina. Did you know anything about, did your dad say anything about her possibly doing anything, or?
I was not told by him, but like through other people. I think it might be in the messages with her, but he supposedly was saying that Ina might have poisoned him. But then again, it could just be them trying to get more light away from. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Monday I was sleeping, and then that's when Kelly reached out to me, like at 11 whatever at night. And so when I woke up Tuesday morning, that's when I started talking to everyone.
Because it could be Thursday at 10:27, and Thursday at, it could just be a big section of gap of hours. An hour, 2 hours.
Well, we'll get a search warrant first on today. And we'll just see what we can find on there.
Those messages were coming from his phone?
Yes.
Okay. Or from his Facebook, I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would assume she was using his phone because she'd message me through his account and then hers, like back and forth.
Oh.
I don't know, it was weird.
Both phones?
Yeah.
Well, either way, they would be in his messenger, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So then you find out your dad passed away. Who tells you that?
The doctors at the hospital, they called and said his heart stopped for the 4th time, and
Okay. And did they say anything to you about anything being suspicious, or any reason what they had an idea of why he may have passed? Anything? Nothing.
They just kind of explained that he had like a clogged artery in his like heart, something along those lines, and it stopped a few times.
Okay.
That his kidneys were failing.
Okay.
But I think it's like the past month or so, he's been like really clean, like, or at least that's how it was.
So he was telling you that he was not drinking or using drugs in the last month?
I was unaware about the drugs. He looked pretty healthy for a while. He like lowered his drinking and smoking like tremendously.
Was that just him and like you two having a conversation and he was just telling you like I'm not drinking as much? And,
Yeah.
Okay.
He was,
okay.
I think that was our last conversation we had last week Tuesday over the phone.
Last Tuesday?
Yeah.
So did Wes didn't say anything? Did he mention that he thinks something is suspicious about?
I mean, he said that he had like some suspicion that, you know, either Ina or like someone might have done something.
Okay.
But he's not like entirely sure about it. So he doesn't want to like, you know, say something and have it not be true. And I don't know if this would be important. I know over the phone when I landed, Kelly wanted to meet up and everything, and kind of like just talk about my dad. And she said she also had like some big news for me. It was like good news. So I don't know what exactly that could be or mean.
Yeah.
At that point, did she know that you knew about the money?
I think so. I think that's what is probably going to be about. But I've known about that for like a long while.
Yeah.
Kelly knows about the money too?
I'm not entirely sure. She hasn't said anything to like determine it.
Okay.
But I think, I don't know.
Alright.
But you never talked to her anything beyond that as far as what that could be?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever tried to get in contact with her again since you've been here?
I tried contacting her yesterday and her dad, Link, but their like minutes were out.
Okay. Not answering on Facebook or anything?
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to reach out to them again today. Hopefully they got minutes or something. Try to see if I get more information.
So, anybody else? I know you said other friends that you heard from mentioned that maybe there was poisoning. And is there anyone that we don't know? So we only know really Rebecca, Wes, Shannon. Is there any other people that have reached out to you?
I had one of his friends by the name of Tony. He lives like 3-hour drive, I want to say, 6-hour drive away from here. But he's like blind and he can't drive or anything. But like he's known my dad for like 30 years.
Okay. So this inheritance now, what exactly do you know about it? Do you really know anything? I know you said you saw some of the documents that Ina had on her phone. Was that part of this, a letter from like an Arab bank and all of that? Is that what you were seeing?
I think so, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. Do you remember what the documents looked like that you saw on her phone? Like what, was it emails or was it attachments?
It was like an email attachment type thing. It wasn't like a regular, like, you know, typed up thing on like a paper. It was like a kind of like type thing, but it had like little, kind of like a border.
Okay. So, I'm thinking that's the same thing we're thinking. Which, I mean, I obviously don't know for sure, but by all accounts of looking at it, it looks like it's a scam. Looks like it's the letter has different fonts in it and things, and so And the fact that your dad has apparently gone there several times to meet with some lawyer and never showed up to the airport. I mean, I can't say for certain, and obviously all I've seen is that letter. I've not seen any of the other correspondence through there, but just based on what we do for work, I would have to lean towards it being not a legitimate internet.
That and all the emails that they tried to send back to the sender of those emails, it always came back undeliverable. So basically the address was not receiving emails unless they decided to allow emails to be received. They all came back undeliverable. So.
Yeah, I think once we get a search warrant for the phone, we will hopefully be able to know more about wherever that came from and what it's really pertaining to. But just out the gate, I would say I don't think that it's a legitimate. It looks like a regular scam that people put out there, unfortunately. I hate to say that, but I mean, that's just the reality of what it is. Okay. Are you planning on going over there again to see her? Is she expecting you? I mean, you can treat everything normal if you want to go over there. Or, I mean, you don't have to avoid her, but obviously, you know, and if she says anything to you, if it's interesting, give us a call or something that doesn't seem right. Like, is she talking? Did she seem sad? Is she sad about? And everyone's grief is different, so it's hard to gauge.
She tried to avoid anything, like mentioning him and stuff like that, but
she did.
When those times did come, she'd kind of tear up and just have a little moment.
Okay.
And she also kind of apologized for all the stuff she said over Messenger.
Like what?
She got she was constantly spam calling me and everything. She was like, oh, why aren't you telling me anything? Why aren't you responding to me?
Oh, okay.
And then she's like, don't ever talk to me again. Start spam calling me again, messaging me a bunch. I remember at one point she told me that my dad, me, and his friend group could all go to hell. And then she mentioned something about doped out in the hospital, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then she threatened her own life, and I was sitting there trying to calm her down, hey, breathe, it doesn't need to go down that route.
Yeah. You're curious about, I can't say that we can give you all the answers, but we might be able to give you something that helps you. I don't know.
I don't know, I was just mostly curious of where everything was as of terms of, the whole situation.
Like if we're investigating something criminal or?
Just in general, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so in a nutshell, and I don't know how much you know, but basically, on Monday, Anna called for an ambulance to come to the apartment because her dad wasn't doing well. And so he was ultimately taken to the emergency room and then flown to Bismarck. And after that is when we learned that there was maybe something toxic in his system. And that's, I think, even up till yesterday, it hadn't been confirmed. So just to err on the side of caution because of what people are saying and that there's a possibility, that's why we started an investigation. But we were obviously a few days behind everything because we didn't know. So that's just kind of where we're at, trying to backtrack a little. And we did do a search warrant yesterday at the apartment. I know she had mentioned to you that we were there. I saw that message. So that's what we were doing, looking for anything we could find. I'm not going to get into what we found because it's obviously active, but we're going to keep working like that on this until we can make a determination or whatever. So I don't want you to think we're going to give up on it or that it doesn't matter. We're doing everything we can. If that helps you.
Yeah, that does a bit.
Okay.
Detectives also sat down with Wesley, Stephen's friend of nearly 20 years, and the man who had been driving him on the day everything went wrong. Wesley had a lot to say, and one of the things that kept coming up was the inheritance.
As far as coming onto the weekend, had Steve talked to you about getting an inheritance or coming into some money?
Yeah.
Do you remember how long ago he started talking about coming into money?
Quite a few months,
Okay.
early spring maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, early spring
March,
or late
February,
winter.
March. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
probably February or be the earliest maybe. Yeah.
yeah. I was trying to remember too, because that's basically when I first met Steve.
Okay.
Was when, because he wanted to, with this inheritance, he wanted to buy the base.
Did he ever mention how much money he was getting? Did he say an amount?
Yeah, huge amount. 20 what?
Well, he said the original was like 21 or 27 million. But he said it had just sat in this account, so it had accumulated interest is what he...
For years it sat without adding the interest in. Then he came up with a new number. It went up by 3, 4, 5 million maybe.
Okay.
When they added the interest in.
And he did say that it was taking longer because they were taking care of he had child support payments
that he was behind on.
They
were yeah.
So
and they were going to pay that, take everything that he owed, whatever he owed, like child support, and I don't know if there's other stuff or not, but that was taken off of his grand total at the end.
So that was
so it would be in the high 20 some million anyhow,
But that was the reason he was giving, that it was getting delayed, like he was having...
Well, he never really, he just told us that was coming off.
Okay.
He'd be frustrated because he was trying to get some of it earlier, like early in the spring.
Okay.
He said, I'm trying to talk to them to get, because he had nothing. He owned nothing. So he was trying to get a little bit of it for himself so he could buy groceries. And
was he working at that time?
I don't know.
I think doing the repair work and stuff.
Just kind of on the side kind of thing?
Yeah, probably. And Ina, she used to work when she was out at the radar base for a couple of years. And I can't remember one winter, it was a cold, nasty winter too. If they didn't have a car, or neither one of them had a license maybe, she would hike and she would go to work. She would go out to the highway and start walking to work in dark. And I said, well, gee, do you wear some fluorescent type? No, she said, I don't. But she said somebody'd pick her up every day. But that went on for part of that winter, and I don't know if she ever worked after that. It's been years.
Okay. What about Ina knowing about, did she have any knowledge or any part of him? He's going to buy the radar base.
Yeah.
He's going to get this money.
Yeah.
What were her? Do you know how she was?
She never really said anything to me until the day or two before this all happened. I think is when I went to check on him, and she wouldn't. That's when she insisted that he was at the walk-in clinic.
Okay.
And I said, well, and Steve had a little tough time walking. He had real bad knees.
Okay.
And about a month or two before that, or couple of months before, he was working on that pickup, and the engine slipped off a stand, and man, he had a bruise on his leg, and it looked like it was right down to the bone and red all around it. And I said, Steve, you've got to get to the doctor. I didn't even know about it. And he says, well, yeah, he said, I'll have to try and make an appointment. Well, I came back, was it the next day? And I told him, call me, I'll give you a ride. That's a little ways from there to the walk-in clinic, and he didn't have a vehicle at the time. I said, I'll come up and I'll give you a ride. Well, he walked all the way down there and got, drove toward the walk-in clinic, didn't see him walking, so I went back and I stopped at McDonald's to I just have a burger. I was watching, and I looked so I could see out the window. Here he's walking down the street. So then I went out and picked him up, and he'd already been there and was coming back.
Okay.
But anyhow, that he did get medicine from them to heal it up. But man, that looked. I thought he had blood poisoning already.
Tell them what Ina told you though.
About
when you came there.
Oh, this last time, yeah. Yeah, stop and think. No, I've had a late stroke.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah, about the walk-in clinic. She said that's where he's at, and I said, how did he get there? And that's after we had him up to the airport too.
Right.
And so I thought he was at the house, and he said, no, he's at the walk-in clinic. I said, well, he couldn't walk. Well, some friend took him down. And so I went from there to the walk-in clinic, and that was just a couple days before he died, you know.
Okay.
And no, they went right to the walk and talked to the gal, and she was good. And I said his name and stuff, and she said, boy, there's been nobody here even fits that description. And I said, is there another walk? Oh, she said, they maybe took him to the emergency room. So down I go to the hospital. Nothing, same story, nothing like that ever today happened. And I asked her, is there another walk-in clinic? And I didn't know there was at Sanford.
Mm-hmm.
So I went there, same thing. So back I go to Ina. And yeah, she was standing outside then when I got there. And I had the window open on the car, the door was open on the house. And she saw me, you know, I don't know if you've been up there, but where you turn to go just that last little bit, she saw my car and recognized me. And, excuse my language, but she said, oh, and in the house she went, shut the door. So.
Do you remember what day this was? I know, it's hard, but if
let's see, what day did we take him up there? That link
Sunday, so it would have been
Monday. Monday then, yeah, when I checked to see if.
So Monday you went
Monday morning,
to the house, and
probably.
she said he's at the walk-in clinic.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Monday the 4th, that would have been Labor Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was, I didn't do it the same day, I don't think.
No, because it was evening when we finally took him home.
Okay, so Monday, yeah, and I want to get to all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but Monday the 4th, which in the afternoon, he actually gets taken to the hospital by ambulance.
Okay.
What time were you
It was in the
there?
morning.
Okay.
I went there earlier.
Any idea what time? Like 8, 10?
No, not 8, no, but I would think 10 or so.
Okay.
But I knocked, and she didn't say anything right away, and then I knocked again, and who is it? And I said, well, it's Wes, and she knew it, you know.
Because she saw you.
Yeah. And I said, is Steve there? No, he's at the walk-in clinic. Same thing again.
Okay.
And I said, Ina, I've been to the walk-in clinics. I've been to the hospital. He's not there. Where is he? And then she locked the door.
Wesley brought up something else too, something Ryan and Billy had both already mentioned. Stephen's phones kept disappearing. According to Wesley, Ina would transfer the emails from the lawyer off Stephen's phone onto her own, and then Stephen's phone would just go missing. Wesley believed Ina was the one actually communicating with the lawyer, controlling everything that came in and went out about the inheritance. By the end, there were 3 phones floating around that house, and only Ina seemed to know where they all were.
Time to go.
To your question about Ina knowing about all this,
oh yeah,
she knew all of it, because the only way they could communicate with this whatever lawyer was through email, because they would just buy minutes. Well, they can't afford to pay to make
some
an
Google
overseas
account
call.
he said they go through or something.
It was his email account.
Yeah.
Steve's email?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And Ina would be the one basically going into Steve's email to get these emails.
She transferred the information to
her phone?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then Steve's phones would always go missing, because we'd say, well, Steve, have you heard from him? Well, my phone's gone again, you know. Well, then he'd get another phone. Well, then we'd give him some money for some food and to get some more minutes on his phone.
I'd bring meals to them at noon, because And Steve did lose things occasionally, but his phone disappeared and he didn't find it for a long time. They must have got a different burner phone or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, I think there were probably 3 phones in the house that night when I took them back from
the airport.
From the airport, yeah. And she had one, but her information got transferred from his phone to hers. She had all that
documents and
on there.
emails.
Yeah. But you'll have to ask Link or Billy. One of them said that one of the phones appeared someplace, but there were 2 or 3 on that table. They were scrounging around trying to find one, but she always had hers. But I think she was communicating with him, and I don't know if he realized it or not. But.
Well, I think he did, because that night at the airport, when we were up there together, he would be asking her, well, did they send us an email? You know, what's going on?
Okay.
Well, she would tell him, well, I don't have Wi-Fi, so I can't, get into your email. So I took that as, basically she was using her phone to get into his email, because she would ask him, well, what's the password again?
Okay.
So I think, yeah, she was the one, basically relaying the messages to Steve, or what the emails were.
Okay. Has he ever said anything about, doing anything to him, or their relationship not being
rocky?
Okay.
Link did mention that day before I got there, and I'm certain it is Link, because he was there all day that day, helping Steve, that she was throwing his things out of the house onto the street, onto that gravel.
Okay.
She was throwing it out of the house.
Stuff out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, throwing it out.
Did he say why? Okay.
Just the normal. I shouldn't say normal, but that surprised me.
Link told you this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was nothing laying out there when I got there, so somebody. But I don't know what it was. He didn't say what it actually was, but he said she was throwing his things out of the house.
Okay. And that was Sunday day?
That was, yeah. Just before we went to the airport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But when I got there, Steve was in the house, he said he went in the shower.
Okay.
And that's when I first noticed that something was, because he stopped halfway, go to the garage and just, doubled over, and man, he said, I feel terrible, and
okay.
From there it went downhill.
You said that for a little while now you had noticed Steve was losing weight. How long do you think that was happening?
Oh, when did I start taking food or meal? I come up around noon, bring noon meals for him.
Okay.
And it was probably like in July.
Was it that far back?
Yeah, it was in the summer.
Okay. Had he ever talked about her, like if he wanted to leave her ever or anything? Was there ever talk of that?
He talked about it, but then I heard him say too when he was going into the house, he said, "But I love her," he says, But
Sure. But he had said it other times.
Well,
when he wanted to leave.
He was hoping she would. One time when she went out to Washington, I think that's a year and a half ago, or maybe longer. I don't think she had a license or could get one, and she went out there to get her ID and stuff.
Okay.
She's gone a couple of weeks, and I don't know if she wasn't able to get it or whatever, but she didn't. I never did see her drive after, the first initial year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Things kind of changed after that first couple years, maybe.
Okay. But in their relationship?
Yeah, well, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because she
no one's working,
refused
no
to
one
go
can
to,
drive, no one can do
she
anything.
refused to go to work, and she just lay around the house all the time. And, well, I don't know what it's like when you guys went in there, but it is as bad or worse out there.
It's pretty bad.
This might be an odd question, I guess, but do you know what drinks he liked to drink often? If he drank the same, not necessarily alcohol, but if he had like a certain soda or a certain juice or whatever that he would normally drink?
All I know, he mentioned that day he liked that sweet tea. And I know he'd drink an occasional beer, but I don't think I ever saw him when he had too much to drink.
Yeah. Is the suspicion going to her that maybe there was something foul that happened?
I don't know that I necessarily would put anybody specifically as a person. Obviously they live together and
there was trouble there, yeah.
Okay. And and the things you're sharing with us, obviously, that she's adamant she doesn't want him to go to get medical. Those are concerning things.
Yeah.
So our active investigation, and obviously we are just trying to put the pieces together to see if there's something more.
To be honest, the reason I never really had much contact with her was, first of all, I didn't trust her too much, and not that she was violent, but her attitude all the time was, I don't know, Steve was much more pleasant.
Okay.
Well, this is a different kind of, this steps up the word crazy. There's people that are belligerent and just nasty people, but this is taking somebody's life. My God, and if taking their life over money, okay, now you stepped it up one more time, I guess, to me. And
well, whether it was a scam or not for Steve, I was thinking after this happened, I think Ina maybe believed it was happening, and once he signed those papers, if he were not alive, would be advantageous to her. It would have been his money. And if she did it shortly before 2 o'clock or 8 o'clock when he was supposed to sign it, and if she believed they're actually coming in, well, a few hours later he wouldn't be here, but he had signed them. So that's just my convoluted thinking, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the whole thing, even from the beginning, it's like, well, this sounds like one of those too good to be true type things. Well, it just kept progressing.
By September 13th, the case against Ina was starting to take shape. The medical findings were damning. Officers finally brought in Ina, the woman who seemingly didn't get along with any of Stephen's friends.
So you and Steve were in a relationship?
Yep.
Okay, how long had you guys been together?
13 years.
Okay.
Easter.
Okay. Where did you guys meet?
Homeless shelter at an Easter
in
buffet dinner
in North Dakota? Or
Washington.
In Washington, okay.
Bodycam, Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a little place right by the shelters that was given a Easter dinner lunch thing.
Okay.
Brunch.
When did you guys move to North Dakota?
He moved first to Williston. I guess the guy that was running the shelter on the men's side told him about it and got him a ticket.
Okay, for like oil fields?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he never got a job, and so he started working for KFC.
Okay.
And then he sent me a ticket and pretty much asked me to marry him.
So at some point you guys move here and you live on the radar base, right?
Mm-hmm. That was the biggest mistake of my life, was moving us out there.
To the radar base?
Yeah.
Well, how come?
He went to jail.
Steve?
Yeah.
Okay.
On his birthday. We took him out for his birthday, and I begged him to let someone else drive or to walk.
Okay.
And he wasn't drunk or nothing yet, but apparently he drank a lot more than I noticed.
Okay.
Because by the time he got to jail, that's when the alcohol was really hitting. And he got the max.
So you got a DUI.
Every time he goes to jail, he got the max.
Okay.
Maximum amount of time. It didn't matter if he was following the rules or not, but every time they took him to jail. And I could see it actually starting to hurt him.
Okay.
Inside, you know. Because he walked straight and narrow, you know, trying to get a job to get his fine paid off.
Okay.
And then the sheriffs would come pick him up for something stupid.
Out at the radar base?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Lynn would get mad at him and then call and turn him in or whatever.
Okay.
For something Billy did. And that Billy did to her.
Okay.
And they take him off and say that he did it. And then again, they would give him max, even though he was nowhere near when it happened.
Okay.
And I begged him to, you know, stay away from him. We've even gotten into fights.
To stay away from Lynn?
Billy and Lynn and
okay.
people like that. Because I've never seen, I don't like calling people nasty because, you know, you don't know what you look like, people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people assume the worst of me because I'm poor.
Right.
You know, I mean, and they've seen the worst in Steve because he's tall and mean looking.
Okay.
Right? I mean, he looked really mean.
Right.
People were intimidated by him.
Okay.
Just by his look. And I don't know, but he was the biggest teddy bear in the world.
Okay.
So
why would you want him to stay away from Billy and Lynn?
Because they're really, really nasty people.
Okay.
Like
how?
I said, I don't, felonies, breaking into places.
Okay.
I knew they did more than pot, you know, smoking more than pot. And I kept telling them, don't lie to me, they're smoking more than, you know.
Did Steve smoke?
No, he's allergic to
Okay.
me.
Did he use other drugs?
Not for the longest time. He pretty much did not touch the stuff for the longest time until the last time Lynn turned him in for driving me to work.
Okay.
He borrowed their vehicle and apparently got him in jail.
Okay.
And he dropped me off at work, and on the way back he got pulled over and went to jail.
Okay. Was he using meth? Is that?
No.
Okay. So
no.
he didn't.
After that, after he got the max the last time.
Yep.
He's like, screw this. I'm done. I'm done playing by the rules. I'm done being the good guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna just do what I want and what I want.
Okay. So that's when he started using?
I think so.
Okay. How long ago was that, you think?
Let's say 5 years ago.
Okay.
And he actually quit, I want to say, 6 months ago when he ran off with his, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
She's a, and she does
okay.
For
sure.
And he ran off to Devil's Lake with her.
Okay. Do you know her name by any chance?
I don't.
Okay.
It was on his phone.
Okay. Was she from Devil's Lake?
Yeah.
Okay.
But apparently she turned him into jail in Devil's Lake. So it should be on their records too.
Okay.
Her name. And then they shipped him back here after he did his time there. And then I went and saw him and said, so how is this working out for you?
Yeah.
How's the drug life working out for you? How's the felonies working out for you? You know?
Right.
And that's pretty much when I said, well, you know, if you can write me out a contract, I'll bail you out. But no drugs, no felonies, you're going to get your ID, and you're going to get a real job.
Okay. What did he say to that?
He said, I'll write it out right now. I can't find a pencil that works. Because they have like colored
crown pencil thingies that wouldn't write.
Sure. So he had a bond
So he
to get
faced
out?
the camera and said, "I swear."
Okay.
And he was pretty much getting clean from there.
Okay.
And he was actually looking for real jobs. He was doing odd jobs for people that were not
in trouble?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Billy and Lynn.
Gotcha. So what is the inheritance? I know you had shown that first day Lieutenant Dake and I came, you showed us kind of that letter that was on Steve's phone.
Mm-hmm.
Is that's the inheritance? That was the letter? Okay.
And he was talking to an actual lawyer, I guess.
Okay.
From London.
So this lawyer reached out to him and said he's...
I guess. I don't even know how he found out about it.
Okay.
If he found out about it, you know, doing a background check on him, seeing if anybody owes him money, you know, back pay, you know, lost check somewhere where he used to work somewhere. I honestly, I have no idea. It just appeared, you know, and he showed it to me one day.
The letter.
Yeah. And he wanted me to have a copy to make sure, you know, if something ever happened to him. And he was reading that the money wasn't cursed or whatever. He's like, every single person that went for the Riley money over there.
Yeah.
Even this 21-year-old had passed away.
What do you mean? I guess the inheritance had been left for other people too, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, is it cursed? And people that go after it are dying? He's like, I don't know, maybe. I was like, well, then don't go after it. How silly is that, you know? Just go get a real job. Don't worry about it.
How much money was it?
It ended up, it was supposed to be 17 million.
Okay.
And some odd hundreds.
Okay.
17,500,000, something like that.
Okay.
But with all the property sold off, it ended up being 37 million.
So there was cash on the properties were sold.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know this was from a family member?
And I gave it to Brian. The paperwork.
Okay.
That I printed out to make sure, you know, I have some, just in case something did happen to him, I could give to his son to track it down or whatever.
So
I gave all the
Who
information
was it supposed to be coming from? Who was the family member?
God, without his phone, Marcus something Riley.
Okay.
I want to say.
Was that a brother or
uncle?
That was an uncle. Okay. Did he live
in Ireland?
Okay. Had he ever talked about Marcus before? Did he even know he had an uncle? Marcus?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, he said he had family all over.
Okay. He tells you, hey, somebody just reached out to me about this money, and I have a large inheritance I'm gonna get. Where was the money? Where was the money supposed to be, I guess?
In the bank.
Okay.
Whatever bank I showed you, that area.
Swiss bank, Europe bank. Okay. So it was foreign. The uncle's foreign, and the money is in a foreign account.
Yeah.
And so how is he going to get the money? What was the plan?
Well, the lawyer guy wanted to give him to get a bank account.
The lawyer
originally.
Okay, so he wanted
so he could just deposit it into his bank account.
Okay.
It couldn't be nobody else's bank account.
Sure.
According to the lawyer.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, I can give you a few bucks, you know, because I think I was just broke my ankle working for Arby's. So I told him I can give you a couple bucks.
Okay.
No, I got my tax return.
Okay.
Tax return.
So what do you, and that's to put money in it, to open an account?
For him.
Okay.
In his name only.
Okay. So he needed a couple bucks to open the bank account.
Yeah.
You gave him some money. So he did open a bank account?
I don't think he did.
Okay.
Because that's when the lawyer said I need to come and physically come, see you, to write over the name or whatever.
Okay.
Transfer over the money.
Did Steve have a will?
With that lawyer, yes.
With this lawyer,
Jared.
Richard?
Yes.
Okay. So Steve wrote up a will with
Yes.
this lawyer. Okay. Do we know
Where
the
he would
will
want
is?
it to go to, and
Okay.
most of it was supposed to go to his sons and his 2 sisters.
Okay.
And then he left me a little bit to live off of, he said.
Okay.
But I think I just wanted a car and then give the rest to his ex-wives, because they seriously deserve it. That's what I told Ryan. If he left me anything, just give me a car. That's all I ask.
Okay.
And then give the rest to your mom and Cheryl, because I don't want to see it.
So, have you seen this will, or how did you know that there was this will, and where the money was going? How were you?
I heard him talking to the lawyer.
You heard Steve talking to the lawyer about it, making the arrangements?
Yeah.
Okay. So the lawyer says I'm gonna come Thursday or Friday, and then what happens? Doesn't show?
Doesn't show.
Okay. No, did he email again, or just?
He emailed that he was gonna show. First it was Friday.
Okay.
And then the 3 different hours. Was it 3 different hours? 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 8 o'clock. Saturday when was it Saturday he got sick? Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday?
Because it was a holiday weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Sunday. Yeah, you're right.
So Sunday, the lawyer, now the arrangements are for sure he's going to be here. Supposed to be in the morning at 11. You said.
Yeah.
And then.
Then 2 o'clock.
Okay. So did he call and say I can't? I have no. Why didn't he come at 11? Did he say?
I don't know.
Okay. Excuse me, I tickle.
I don't know.
As the interview went on, Ina's answers got stranger. However, many things didn't add up. For starters, why did Ina not call the ambulance right away? And there was one more detail. Ina mentioned, almost in passing, that this wasn't the first time Stephen had been poisoned. About 6 months earlier, she said Stephen had accidentally grabbed a cup of fluid off a workbench in the garage and drunk from it. He'd ended up in the hospital. And according to Ina, the doctors back then had asked her one very specific question. Could Stephen hurt himself?
Yeah.
Did Steve go to the airport at 11?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Wes's son stayed behind at the airport, because that's when Steve started getting really, really sick, and I kept begging him to let me call the ambulance, and he's like, "No, I'll be fine with some sleep."
So at 11 o'clock in the morning Sunday, the lawyer's supposed to show up, but Steve didn't go to the airport.
Mhm.
Why?
Because he was really sick.
Okay. And someone else went in his place? What were they gonna do?
I don't know. It was Wes's son.
Okay. Do you know his name? What's his son?
I don't.
How did he know about the airport? Or any of them?
Because of the property. That's all Wes wanted, was the money for the property. Because apparently, I'm thinking there's something really wrong with the property, like taxes, or he's getting sued really badly for harassment.
When you talk about West wanting money for you're talking the property, you're talking about the radar base?
Yeah.
Okay.
And another small property. I gave Ryan that paperwork. That's the paperwork I gave him. And I told him to vet it, you know, get a lawyer and do the background check that I told Steve to do.
So how would Wes know that? Like, how is Wes gonna meet this lawyer? Because Wes has nothing. He's not Steve.
I don't know.
Okay.
So I was
did you
wondering
ask
the same
Steve,
thing.
like, why is?
Yeah, why is Wes involved in this?
Yeah. What did Steve say?
He's like, oh, it's just for the property. That's all he wants is the money for the property.
Was Wes trying to sell the property?
To Steve, yeah.
Did he approached him about selling it, or does he just have it for sale, or?
It's been up for sale for a very long time.
Okay.
That's why I wanted it vetted and background checked. Because when I did the background check, after catching him in my living room, when I was taking a shower, when I first moved in at the radar base and Steve was in jail, he was standing in my living room. So I did a small background check and found out he's pretty close to being a type thing.
Wes is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he would have crossed the line if somebody hadn't have been there, type thing, you know.
Okay. But it's Wes's son that went to the airport on behalf of Steve.
Yes.
Okay, at 11. And then what happens? How does Steve learn that this guy doesn't show up? That the lawyer isn't there?
Wes was sitting there waiting for his son to call.
So Wes stayed at your apartment?
Yep.
Sunday from 11 until when?
After his son called and said he wasn't there, he pretty much left. Well, I kind of chased him out. I was like, well, I'm going to give the property papers to a lawyer to vet, and I'll have Steve contact the lawyer, contact you through the lawyer when he gets the money.
Okay.
And I don't want to see or hear from you again unless it's through his lawyer, if he wants that property or not.
You tell this to Wes?
Yes. I said, please leave. I'm going to give the paperwork for the property to the lawyer.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell Steve
where's Steve
to give you the money if he still wants the property from you, to contact you through that lawyer.
Okay.
To have the lawyer give you the money.
Where is Steve at this time?
He's laying on the couch laughing that I was getting up into Wes's face.
He's on the couch.
Yeah.
And he's not
He
saying
basically
anything?
said, that's my babe.
He said what?
Basically, that's my babe.
Your babe? My babe? Okay, talking about you.
Yeah.
Meaning
Because I was
whatever you
kicking Wes
say.
out because all he wanted to know is when the lawyer was going to be there for his money.
Okay. So Steve rode his bicycle to meet the lawyer?
Yeah.
At 11.
Yeah.
And then came back to the apartment and said he didn't show up?
Yep.
Did he say the guy emailed him or called him or anything? Did he get anything?
He said he got an email that he was supposed to be there around 2 o'clock.
So it got changed from 11 to 2 now?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens at 2 o'clock?
Everybody's pretty much there.
When you say everybody?
Billy,
Okay.
Conrad, Link,
Okay.
and Wes.
And they're at your apartment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Waiting for 2 o'clock.
Okay. And what happens then?
I finished helping him get dressed. I put him a belt on. And he got into Wes's car.
Okay.
And they stopped at the gas station at Senex for some iced tea.
This is at 2 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's when he started getting really sick and really wobbly. And I kept begging him to go to the hospital. But Wes, I guess, talked Steve out of going to the hospital. And it was just heat stroke.
So we'll just finish this 2 o'clock thing at the airport.
Okay.
So do they go to the airport?
Yep.
And what happens?
There was nobody there. I ran around the whole airport screaming, is there a lawyer here for Stephen Riley? Stephen Riley sitting out in the car outside.
So you went to the 2 o'clock one with everybody?
Yes.
Who rode with who?
I rode with Link.
Okay.
And he rode with Wes.
Steve rode with Wes?
Yes.
Did Billy, because you've got Billy and Conrad too, did they go as well?
No.
Okay. So just a couple of you went.
Yes.
Steve rides with Wes. Okay. And who stops at Senex for iced tea?
Wes and Steve.
Okay. Is it just those two?
Yes.
Okay. And then you and Link, you just meet them at the airport?
We followed them to the airport.
Followed. Okay, so you stopped at Senex as well?
Well, we got there right when they were pulling out of Senex.
Okay.
Type thing. You know, they got their iced tea.
Okay.
Because we were a couple minutes behind.
Okay. So then you all go to the airport. Where at the airport?
We went to not the main airport, but the smaller one first.
Okay.
Because Wes and his son were sitting there. I mean, Wes' son was sitting there.
Okay.
Waiting for Wes and Steve. And said this was the only airport coming in right now at 2 o'clock.
Okay. And
that's when he passed out. Steve passed out for the first time.
Okay. Is he in the car?
Mm-mm.
He's outside.
Yeah. He was standing on the side of the car. I turned around and he's on the ground.
Okay.
After I stuck some ice cubes in my hands and I stuck it on his neck right here. And that's pretty much when he woke up and started spinning around going, what the hell happened? And then I tried to put some ice cubes in his armpits, you know, to cool him down even faster, hopefully.
Okay.
And that's when I started begging, can I please call the ambulance, take you out, ambulance. And Wes started saying, there's a ambulance bay right here, fire department, ambulance.
Okay.
I was like, I just want him to go to the hospital. He's like, but there's an ambulance bay right there.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Wes.
Wes.
Yeah. And his son was saying, oh, it's just heat stroke. My wife just went through it this morning. I was like, nah, that's not good.
So, there's an ambulance there, Wes says, but then what happens? He doesn't.
Yeah, we don't, I listened to Steve and the other two saying just take him home and try to get him cool, but Steve's like, no, we gotta go check the other airport first. So we went to the bigger airport.
Okay.
That's when I ran around the whole airport screaming for Jared, lawyer guy, looking for Steve.
That was at the main airport?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was like, there's nobody there. I even approached a couple people asking, lawyer guy? They're like, nope, no lawyer.
Where was Steve during that time?
Begged Steven to at least go on home, sitting on the couch and drink some water and calming down, or you know, getting some cold towels wrapped around him. Because again, I thought his son was right that it was heat stroke. But
where was Steve at when you were in the airport looking for the lawyer?
In Wes's car. Wes had it off, and I kept begging him to turn the air conditioner on and pointing it straight at Steve. But he kept arguing about leaving his car on with the air conditioner running. And he kept asking about the lawyer.
So that's 2 o'clock.
Yes.
And the lawyer, again, doesn't show up. Is Steve getting emails from him?
I don't know.
Okay. So what do you think is wrong with Steve at this point?
Huh?
Like, why, what do you think is wrong with Steve? Why is he sick?
I thought they were right. It was heat stroke.
Okay.
Because he wasn't puking yet. And it was like finally kind of sleeping in and out. You know,
Steve was?
You'd sleep for a little bit, and then you'd wake up, drink some water, go pee, sleep on the couch, wake up.
Okay. Was he complaining that he wasn't feeling well?
No.
He didn't say anything about it.
No, he just, like the last time he had it wasn't heat stroke.
Okay.
I actually called the ambulance last time he was this coherent.
How long ago was that?
It was that, I want to say 6 months, but it could have been longer. But he accidentally grabbed on to a cup. It was when he was working on Jim's car. I ended up having to call the ambulance. He wouldn't let me, but I called it anyways. And he kind of finally confessed he accidentally drank some kind of fluid.
And that was about 6 months ago, you said?
It could have been longer.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say to help.
Yeah, she was just saying that about 6 months, maybe a year ago, there was a prior ambulance call up there where it was maybe heat stroke, but Steve said that he thinks he might have accidentally drank some kind of fluid from the garage while working on a car.
What happened with that ambulance call? Because they would know if he drank fluid.
Back then, I actually had Wes's vehicle to follow him to the hospital. So.
Okay. But did they find that he had drank any fluid?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did they say? What was the
doctor didn't tell me what kind of fluid it was. I was like.
Steve didn't tell you?
No. So.
How would he accidentally drink fluid from
I don't know. That's what I said.
What was he acting like when that happened?
He was stumbling around, acting like he had heat stroke type thing.
Okay. Are you familiar with heat stroke? Have you seen people have heat stroke before?
Since I moved here, yeah.
Okay.
A couple times, but not really.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess I'm just wondering, I mean, if somebody were to say to me these are the signs of heat stroke, I wouldn't know. I have not experienced anybody with heat stroke. So I'm just wondering how you would know. Okay. How do you know all that, though?
Control. I Googled it.
Okay. When did you Google that?
God, the first time I ended up calling an ambulance.
So like 6 months to a year ago?
Yeah. It'll mimic poisoning, I read. This time I read.
What do you mean this time?
Because the doctor said it looked like he drank antifreeze or had antifreeze in his system. So I Googled it and it had the same symptoms as heat stroke.
Okay. When did you Google that?
The day he was in the hospital. The day he went.
Okay.
And the day when I finally got there and found out that he ingested something.
Who told you?
The doctor.
What doctor?
I don't. Same doctor that treated me with my bug bites.
What hospital?
Trinity.
The ER doctor, or?
Yeah. He said it was just ingrown hairs and a headache.
Okay. What this doctor's name? So he treated you and Steve. You don't know his name?
No.
When did he?
It's all my paperwork at home.
Okay.
As detectives walked Ina through the timeline, things stopped adding up. Ina insisted Stephen had been drinking beer all weekend long. 21 beers on Sunday alone, she said. But Billy told detectives Stephen hadn't touched a single drink, and the toxicology screen from the medical examiner backed Billy up. There was no alcohol in Stephen's system consistent with him drinking beer that day.
Where I left off basically was we're at the airport still at 2. So I'm just wondering, Steve went back to the airport at 8 o'clock that night, 6
No.
hours later.
No.
Steve did not go back to the airport
No.
at 8.
Wes's son was there.
Wes's son has been at the airport every time that this flight is going to come in. He's been there at 11, he's been there at 2, and now he's there at 8.
No, he was there at the 11 one.
You said he was.
No, the 2 o'clock one. I don't know if he was there at the 11 o'clock one though. Because I wasn't there. He rode his bike to the 11 o'clock one.
Okay. Okay. So I'm confused because I wrote that he didn't go to the airport because he was really sick at 11 and Wes's son went.
No. He rode his bike to the 11 o'clock one.
Okay.
That's why I thought he had heat stroke.
Okay.
Because he was drinking beer all day, he was working in the garage, he was spray painting his truck, you know, with the doors and the windows closed, and barely drinking any water. And he rode his bike there and back, and I figured it just...
Okay.
They were right, that was heat stroke by the time Wes was taking us to the 2 o'clock one. Does that answer that?
Yeah, I'm just,
That's why I was thinking that his son was right. That Wes and his son was right, it was heat stroke.
So nobody goes to the airport at 8 o'clock at night. Is that right?
His son, Wes's son was
Wes's
there.
son,
Yeah.
okay.
At the 8 o'clock one, waiting.
Am I wrong that I'm understanding this the way I'm understanding it?
No, she did backtrack when we got times off. She did come back and say that Steve rode his bike at 11 a.m. and then rode back home because the lawyer was a no-show.
Okay.
Got an email saying that he should be there at 2 p.m.
Everybody goes at 2.
Everybody goes at 2.
But I have an 8 p.m. here. 11, 2, and 8 p.m.
Yeah. And then she's saying that at 8 p.m. nobody went up there but Shannon.
Okay. What's his son?
Correct. Or yeah.
Okay.
Steve was too sick at that time, he was laying on the couch.
And nobody shows up again from the lawyer.
Yep. There was nobody there, according to Wes's son.
And Steve is not communicating with the lawyer at all at this point?
Yep.
Who is the lawyer communicating with?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was wondering the same thing.
Okay. So no one knows who's communicating with the lawyer, but somebody is because he says he's coming back at 8, and so somebody goes there at 8, right?
Yeah. That's pretty much when I got mad.
You got mad at who?
Wes.
Okay.
I was
And
like,
that's
I
where
don't
you
really give a
kicked
damn
Wes
about the
out?
lawyer showing up at now.
Okay.
I told him I don't give a damn if the lawyer shows up with the money or not. I'll contact you through a lawyer when I give him the paperwork for the property. And when he gets the money for the property, we will go through the lawyer to give it to you.
Okay.
From here on out. That's what I said to Wes. If he gets his inheritance. And I basically kicked him out from there.
Because when Steve was at home at for the 8 p.m. flight, laying on the couch,
Mhm.
sick. Wes was there with you guys, and it was just Wes at that point?
Yes.
Okay. So after you kicked Wes out,
I started rapping. That's when Steve stripped down naked, pretty much.
Okay.
Half naked. And started crawling on his hands and feet to the bed. I was like, babe, just let me call the hospital. He's like, no, I just need some sleep. But I ain't drunk. I ain't drunk.
Was he drinking?
Yeah, the beer. All day.
How much do you think you had to drink?
Almost a whole case.
What
It
time
was
did
barely
did he,
daylight.
What time did he stop drinking?
Right before he went to take a shower to meet up with his lawyer with Wes and me.
At 2.
At 2.
So he consumed almost a case of beer in.
Oh, he can drink more than that. I've seen him drink a couple cases.
But on that day.
Yeah, it was a case of beer.
From probably 6 or 7 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon, so 5 to 6 hours. Does that sound right?
Probably.
Okay. Did you drink anything else?
Just the glass of water that I brought him, and his tea. I made iced tea because he begged for iced tea. That's pretty much it. Glass of tea and a glass of ice water. He came in a couple times to cool off in front of the airport, in the front of the air conditioner, while I was working on the truck with Link, I think.
So you made iced tea?
Yeah.
So then, after you kick Wes out, he's the last one there, right? It's just you and Steve that night. And what happened? Steve, you said he crawls to the bedroom and goes to sleep?
Mhm.
Okay. What time was that at? Roughly. What time you kicked Wes out?
It was around the 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Appointment to meet his lawyer, because Wes just got off the phone with his son.
Okay. So Steve went to bed.
Yeah. Well, he wanted me to help him to the shower, but I couldn't lift him up. And I was like, well, I can wrap you up in some cold towels. And he's like, yeah, please. And I have to pee, so that's when I pretty much came up with one container with iced tea, one container with ice water, and one container for his pee.
Okay.
Because I couldn't get him to the bathroom.
what kind
And
of
he
containers
started
were they?
using the one container, a juice container for his urinal, and I kept the other 2 in the living room with ice water.
Okay. Just like cups,
And I kept
glasses,
switching them out.
bottles.
You know, he'll take a drink of tea, and then after tea, I made him drink more water than tea. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I soak his towels, re-soak his towels in cold water from the sink, and wrap him up. His arms and his innards here. And at first he could tolerate it between his legs, and then he started getting too cold down there.
Okay.
So he's getting tea and water, cold towels.
Mm-hmm.
Is he talking? Is he conscious?
Yep.
Okay. What's he saying? Is he sick? Is he throwing up?
He just kept telling me, I didn't get drunk.
Okay. But you said he was drunk.
Huh? I don't know if he was drunk or not.
Okay. You said he drank
I've
a case
seen
of
him-
beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
And he kept saying, I'm not drunk? Why would he say that?
I don't know. Because maybe he looked drunk. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Was he sick? Was he physically sick, like throwing up?
At that time, yes.
Where was he throwing up?
In the tub that I used for his urinal. Juice tub.
Okay.
It's still sitting on the dresser.
What kind of juice tub?
Plastic juice tub from dollar store.
Oh, like a jug of...
Yeah.
Okay.
He was throwing up. I guess I don't understand. Like, what's the opening like on the juice? Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? Juice?
You talking about just like a regular juice container?
Yeah. You know those.
I don't know what a regular juice container is.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, does it have like a pour spout opening on it, or is it just open?
With those lids, that close and lock, open.
Like a pitcher?
Yeah. Pitcher.
Oh, okay. So not like a gallon jug,
no,
buy, but where you make.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
bought
3 of them.
Okay.
One for ice water and one for juice.
Okay.
Don't remember what the third one was supposed to be for, but.
Okay.
Oh, iced tea. And I use the juice container that he makes his.
Okay.
You know that flavored water stuff that go in, yeah.
Okay.
For his urinal and his puke bucket.
So, when you find out this is supposedly poisoning now, what are your first thoughts?
Tell me that again?
You said the doctor told you it was he was maybe poisoned.
Yeah.
What is the first things that come to your mind when you hear that?
This is not what I'm hearing. I don't know. This can't be real. How the hell would that happen?
Okay.
Pretty much those words were running through my head, and that's basically what came out of my mouth. Can you tell me that one more time, doctor?
Okay. And then what? Do you think of anyone in particular?
That's when his friend, Laura, says it's okay. We'll find out more when.
So she was there when the doctor said it?
Yeah.
So after the doctor says this, then are you thinking like eventually like who could have done this? Who would have done that to Steve?
That's what I was saying. I was like, this can't be real. I mean.
Okay. But I know you had said to me you thought Wes or Billy would do it.
Yeah.
Why would you think that?
What would nasty people.
Okay. But what would they gain from Steve dying?
Wes, he pretty much lose everything, so no, I could see him doing something towards him, but not drugging him.
Okay.
Billy or Conrad, yes.
What would they gain?
Seeing Steve not getting his inheritance, stealing his truck, because Billy's pretty much every time him and Lynn put Steve in jail, they actually stole stuff out of his truck or his vehicle that Steve's owned. Just before we moved into the apartment, Steve had a Toyota 4Runner. All that was wrong with it was the tires were flat.
Okay.
And every single part on that Toyota was gone.
Okay.
The engine, it was up on blocks behind the townhouses out at the old Raider base. The engine was missing. Underneath was missing, it was stripped. And he didn't even give Steve a week to come get it.
Okay.
It wasn't even a couple days. We were in the apartment. He went out there to go get it, and
so what would they get out of it? Getting the truck? That's all they would get? And the fact that then Billy would, I mean, Steve
I don't know how
Okay.
Billy thinks. He's messed up in the head. They're nasty people, I'm telling you. But that's the only.
I'm not doubting that they're nasty. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to wrap my head around who
But
would
then
gain
again,
something
I don't see
from
him
this.
really doing that. I could see Lynn more, and she wasn't even there.
Okay.
She's more the I'll poison you type person, you know.
Okay.
Than Billy. Billy will just wait until you go to sleep and then steal from you, right? Type person.
Okay. So as far as you and Steve,
So
how
that's why
is-
I'm thinking maybe Steve did it to himself because he couldn't face Wes, his sons. You know that the inheritance wasn't real; it was a hoax. He finally realized it was a joke on him, or you know, it wasn't real.
Do you
maybe.
think the money's real?
I hope for Steve's sake it was, but it was too fishy for me. And yeah, it's funky town, kind of like west of the property.
Yeah.
You know, it's too weird.
Did Steve ever say when he got the money that he was gonna leave? He was gonna go anywhere? He was gonna leave you? He was gonna give you some money and be done? Anything like that?
He was off and on, yeah, when we got into fights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he gonna make sure you got money?
No.
Okay.
Because I kept telling him I don't want it.
Okay.
Other than the money you bled for me from making me walk in 55 below, that's what I made him promise me give back to me when I bailed him out of jail.
Okay.
But I didn't even want that no more when we got into fights. I was like, nope, I don't want it.
But you said you wanted a car.
Yeah.
So were you hoping that he'd at least give you some money for a vehicle?
No.
Okay.
No. I could put myself, I can, he knows I can survive without him.
Okay. I
I have survived without him while he was in jail. Area.
So you don't think Steve would actually do anything to himself? You don't think he would drink?
If
something
he
like
did, like I said, I could see him doing it as a dare.
Okay.
You know, I bet you a dollar you wouldn't drink that.
Okay.
Type kid behavior type stuff. Like I'm a teenager still in his head. But other than that,
Were you guys planning on moving out of the apartment at all?
yep.
When was that gonna happen?
The second he got his money, that's
Okay.
what he wanted to do. Drop
Where-
off his truck
Where
to
were you
his
guys
son.
gonna move?
We weren't gonna move anywhere yet. We were gonna drop off his truck to his son,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were gonna go to Vegas. He kept going back and forth from Vegas to Ireland. He wanted to get married in Ireland at first, and then he wanted to get married in Vegas. Ireland, Vegas, Ireland, Vegas.
Okay.
And
Were you guys getting ready to move though?
vacation.
You were getting ready.
Steve wanted to go on a long road trip vacation type thing.
So no, you were not getting ready to move?
Yeah.
Okay. So on the morning that you end up calling the ambulance in the afternoon, what is Steve doing overnight? Is he sick? Is he sleeping? What's happening?
Back and forth. He wakes up having to go pee.
Okay.
I bring him the urinal, he pee.
So he's communicating with
Yeah.
you. Okay.
And then I empty the pee out,
Mhm.
and I give him the water jug at that point.
Okay. Is he drinking alcohol?
No, just water and tea, all night, that night. He doesn't really like water, so that's why I had to mix it, tea and water, you know. Give him the tea first while he's peeing, and then I put the tea up and give him the water.
Okay.
And then while I'm emptying the juice the tub of pee
Mhm.
in the toilet, he was drinking the water.
Okay. So I just have a lot of concerns here, okay, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. You told the paramedics when they were there that morning or afternoon that he had been drinking till 5 in the morning, that he had been consuming alcohol. That's on body cam. Okay, you said he was drinking all day the day before and that he drank his last drink at 5 a.m. Okay, and now you're telling me he didn't drink. That's not what you say on this video, okay?
I want to see this video.
Okay, well, I'm not going to show you the body cam. I'm just telling you that that's what's on there. There's reports that Wes came to the house that morning and you said that Steve was at the walk-in clinic. He wasn't at the walk-in clinic.
Steve didn't want to see Wes anymore.
Okay, but Steve wasn't at the walk-in clinic.
He was at the hospital.
He wasn't at the hospital. He wasn't anywhere yet. Because
He was
it's been
at the
verified. He
hospital.
wasn't when Wes was there, okay?
He just left with the ambulance when Wes showed up there.
That's not what's been reported to us. Wes was there prior to.
Yeah, the timestamps prove that.
I want a lawyer.
Okay, that's fine.
Am I being arrested?
Nope, you're not being arrested. We're just talking. So, but if you want a lawyer, we can stop talking right now. That's fine.
But I'm telling you the God honest truth.
I
don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I wish I was there. I wish I was with him every second of the day that day. I wish I watched every single, but I'm not his goddamn mom.
You asked for a lawyer, Ina, so we're just gonna end this now. Okay, I'm not gonna talk anymore. All right.
You guys are so unbelievable.
This way, right here.
Stephen had told his friends, his neighbors, even his own son that he was going to leave Ina once the inheritance came through. What Ina didn't know was that Stephen had already taken a quieter step. In July of 2023, he changed his will and removed her from it entirely. He'd asked Rebecca not to tell her. As far as Ina was concerned, when Stephen died, everything still belonged to her, and for months, multiple witnesses had heard her say it. She could just put antifreeze in Stephen's Gatorade and no one would know the difference. On Sunday, September 3rd, that's exactly what happened. Stephen spent the day at home drinking iced tea Ina kept making him. By evening, he could barely stand. At the airport, a bystander pointed out a fire station right next door and offered to get help, but Ina refused, insisting it was just heat stroke. By the time Stephen was finally taken to the hospital the next afternoon, the damage to his kidneys and heart was irreversible. On October 6, 2023, the medical examiner's final report came back. Cause of death, ethylene glycol poisoning. Manner of death, homicide. On October 30th, Ina Kenoyer was placed under arrest. The inheritance Stephen had spent his last months chasing was never real. The lawyer was never real. The $17 million from Switzerland was never real. The only thing real was Ina's belief that Stephen's death would make her rich. On May 26, 2024, Ina Kenoyer changed her plea. She admitted to murder. Specifically, murder with extreme indifference to human life, a Class AA felony, the most serious murder charge North Dakota has on the books. She accepted a plea deal rather than face a trial. 5 months later, on October 16, 2024, she sat in a Minot courtroom for sentencing. Judge Richard Hagar handed down the agreed-upon sentence: 50 years in prison, 25 years to serve. The remaining 25 suspended, 10 years of supervised probation after release, and $3,455 in restitution to be paid to Stephen's family. Ina had told investigators she believed she was Stephen's common-law wife. She believed under that status, she was entitled to a share of the inheritance the moment Stephen died. North Dakota does not recognize common-law marriage. It never has, and the inheritance she killed for was never real to begin with. This was Cops on Patrol bringing you exclusive body cam footage you won't see anywhere else. Like, subscribe, and thanks for your support. We want to thank the officers who serve and protect their communities, often under intense pressure and risk. Your work matters. Please keep it respectful in the comment. One moment doesn't define a person.